5 seconds, blah, 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 blah. I always like to have like 5 to 10 seconds before we officially start.
It's all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Troll Talk Podcast, episode 2. I mean, officially episode 2. Today's special guest is none other than, if you guys read the command in chat, the triple threat rapper, streamer, podcaster, known as Awkward Vegas. Vegas, how are you, dude?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
I guess I should probably answer your question first. I'm
nah,
good.
it's okay.
What's up, man?
For people that don't know Vegas, he's been around our community pretty much since day one. We've known each other for
since
day one.
We've been down since. Hey,
if you can't tell, he's a wrestling fan as well.
Big time, baby.
A lot of mutual topics that we are going to be getting into tonight. But Vegas, for people that don't know who you are and what you do, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my God. I am Awkward Vegas, half awkward, half Vegas. No, I'm a streamer. I'm a podcaster. I'm a gamer. I'm a sports enthusiast. I'm a movie fanatic. I'm an overall nerd. Extreme wrestling fan. I don't know. I mean, I guess those are all things that I do. You know what I'm saying? But that's not necessarily who I am. I don't know. I'm a pretty chill guy.
That's fair. That's fair. Sorry, I had to answer a message in chat from my dad, the only exception to the recording. But I want to start off everything.
He asked you if you wanted dinner, so I mean that's kind of an important question to respond. You just can't ignore.
I can't ignore
food
it.
Or pops.
I mean, podcast more important. Come on,
get that. But I don't know. Like some people would disagree. Some people would be like, oh,
but
kind
food.
of like food. But it's food though.
But it's food though.
I was as a kid. I was always motivated by food. Is that weird?
I'm an adult and I'm still motivated by food.
Touche. Somebody's like, hey, you want to come over and hang out? I'm just like, not really. And they're like, hey, we're cooking. And I'm like, you know what? I can change some plans.
Exactly. It's just, oh yeah, we're ordering pizza. Is it free?
Right? It's like, I mean, I can put in on it, but what's on the pizza?
If it has pepperoni, pineapple, bacon, I'm fine with it.
Pepperoni. So you need all of that stuff on your pizza?
No. I could have any of those, right?
Okay, but the way you listed it was like pepperoni, pineapple, and bacon.
Yeah, those three. If you have it all on a pizza at the same time, I'm over before you hang up the phone.
Wow, that's what an interesting combination. Okay, let me ask you this: what fully brought you over to pineapple on pizza? I know that was like a super taboo topic 8 months ago, but what fully convinced you to put pineapple on pizza?
You want the easiest answer? You do know I'm Canadian,
Controversy.
right? I'm Canadian.
Is the easiest answer.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Hawaiian was created in Canada, and it's pineapple, bacon, and ham.
Wait, time out. Hawaiian pizza was created in Canada?
Explain that to me. Because that's a fact.
Have an answer.
Go fact check me right now.
I trust you. I believe. I have no reson not to believe you.
It's so stupid.
That's interesting.
It is so stupid. But
that's very interesting.
Before you take over this whole podcast.
Sorry,
Dude,
I have questions of my own.
Don't have to apologize. This could go on for 2.5 hours based on questions. We got time.
Touche.
But
more editing for you.
Editing.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind. Live, baby. It's all live.
Just going with it.
If you guys want to see all the chaos, controversy, and shit like that live, check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Trolleyzz. But
there you go.
I want to talk about where you started in the online presence world. You started
when a man loves a woman a lot of times. In my situation, no, I'm kidding. In the online world,
you started well before Twitch on YouTube.
Okay, so my YouTube thing was I had 3 YouTube channels.
Well, the one that I found was called Weirdo Central.
Weirdo Central, yep. Weirdo Central was something that I started a while ago with one of my homeboys, that it was just going to be a hub for wrestling, video games, pretty much everything that I'm doing now. It was kind of the jumping off point, and I just got this itch where I was like, I want to do random film stuff. So I actually, if you ever look at the intro video, I put together the intro video. I created it. I did all. Hey,
put the dubs up.
Central, let's go. That was a different side of me. That was the fat side of me. If you look at my cheeks, that was a lot of beer. That was a time where beer wasn't necessarily a get out of here. You're cute, chubby. I was not. I was
damn.
I was rugged. I was like, man, somebody take this bread away from him. But no, beer was not a event thing for me. It was very much a daily thing for me, but that's a
fair.
conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
But no, Weirdo Central was something like it was exactly what this is, what I've been doing. It was a hub for people that have common interest. And it was a way to talk about film, talk about video games, talk about wrestling, come up with predictions. And just like anything with the creative mind, like you get fully 100% invested into it and then life happens.
Yep.
And you're like, man, I can't dedicate the time that I want to dedicate to this. So you kind of take small breaks and you get away from it, but sometimes you find a way to reinvent. You find a way to come back with something different. You find your path and you go with it. And it takes you to places where you wouldn't have thought you could have gone just by making small adjustments and let life play out the way it's supposed to.
I've never heard of something more real in my life. Now, with this YouTube channel, right, you
What's
said that life hit you right away. You
Yeah.
can tell by the amount of posts on this YouTube channel. There is a total of 3.
2. I was gonna say like
There's
two
the
of them,
intro
3 of them?
and then 2. So
There
technically
you
you're
go.
right. But
Yeah.
in the intro, you described 3 podcasts that
Uh-huh.
this channel was going to be based on. You kind of talked
Nat
about
Type
the top,
Strict.
which is my
Nat Type
favorite
Strict.
name of a podcast ever, by the
Yeah,
way.
right? It
That
was lit.
name is dope.
Like, it was one of those things we were coming up with it, and I was like, man, like, what would be a cool podcast name that, like, every gamer would hate? And, like, I just remember playing, like, online Modern Warfare 2 and, like, always having to check your nat type. And if your nat type was moderate, you were okay.
You were all
If it
right.
was open, you were solid. If it was strict, you were restarting your router 18 times to figure out what could work.
Yep. That
So
was, out of the 3 names, that's by far my favorite just because of that. As
Now,
a
don't
gamer,
ask me
you
what the
know.
other 2 were.
Oh,
I
I
have
have 'em
no
here.
idea.
You
Like,
have
okay,
no
cool.
guess on your wrestling one. Think about if you were 12 years old creating a podcast. What's the name of it?
Thanks. I wasn't 12. I was a lot older, but that's cool. I mean,
Do you
I
want me
really
to
don't
say the
remember.
abbreviation?
Yeah, give me the abbreviation.
TEWS.
Fudge.
Oh, you could swear. It's 18 plus. The Epic.
The Epic Wrestling Show.
There you go.
That's what it was. The Epic Wrestling Show. It was okay. So that came from just full self-awareness. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things where it was like I couldn't think of anything wrestling.
Yeah.
But I was just like, the Epic Wrestling Show. That sounds cool. I used all my energy on that type strict. Get out of here.
That's fair. I mean, that is fair. The final one was called The Weirdos Cut, which I like that name about as well. And that one was the one
movies.
based on movies.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Now, the only one I believe that did not actually get, let's say, a pilot episode on YouTube was Nat Type Strict.
Yeah.
But that's the one that had like the best name, that had all the energy put in at the beginning, it seems
I told you, all the energy went to the name, and nothing came after it.
Would that be something that you would consider bringing back? Now, I know there's a podcast we're going to talk about later on, but is that something that you feel like you'd bring back, or is it something that maybe you'd incorporate as a segment into a current podcast?
I mean, I feel like I don't know, revisiting. I don't know. I feel like where we're at now.
I don't think it'd be
is good.
revisiting if it never happened.
That's true. That is very true. That is touche. Hey, this movie never got made. Is it a remake?
Yeah, like,
is it really a remake?
can we talk about the original Sonic? You know, the one that had human eyeballs?
Right,
Is there a sequel to that?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of like where things are at now. The name can always be, like you said, a segment. I don't know if I'll fully just go into the Nat Type Strict of like bringing that back. So if there's somebody out there that wants to use that name, I mean, hey,
Nat Type.
there you go.
Deal.
I think the podcast I already have a title for.
Yep.
I haven't really transitioned anything over to YouTube. Just obviously the Awkward Vegas with everything, other than just music. But I feel like if I was to go any direction in YouTube, it would still be podcast wise. Pardon my awkwardness, and anything under that, it would just be Awkward Vegas is talking about something random today.
Now, back then as well, you weren't actually Awkward Vegas.
No,
You used to be called That Guy Vegas.
That Guy Vegas. Yes.
Right. That was your Instagram and your Twitter handle, which you
there
plugged
were
right away in this video.
There were a couple people that I don't even know if that Twitter exists anymore.
It does not.
It doesn't. You looked, didn't you?
You changed your name to awkward
Okay.
underscore Vegas. Oh, I
Well,
deep dove.
well, okay, yeah, that's hilarious. That's the great thing about having the last name Vegas is like you Google Vegas, like there's just so many random things that will pop up that you're like, is this? No, that's not him.
Yep.
Like, is this him on a trip to Las Vegas? Especially when you put awkward Vegas, you
Yep.
just get a bunch of like random pictures of people on their trip to Las Vegas, and it just never works.
I gotta say this as well. You have no mention whatsoever of Weirdo Central on your current Twitter.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, I thought when I did my first scan,
Mhm.
your first actual tweet was November 2021.
Mhm.
That's not when your first tweet actually happened, though. I went
Nope.
to your replies, and that shit was down to 2015.
Yep.
And I'm like, huh? How
Yep.
did you have a Twitter for 4 years and never post out a single tweet? Only
So-
replies.
So funny thing about it is like I've never classified myself as good at social media.
That's fair.
Like I had a
I don't
MySpace.
think anybody ever is, to be honest.
I had AOL. I had social media. I had Facebook when like Facebook was just for college kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dating myself here. So it's like
Back in my day.
right back in my day when you wanted to put a song on your MySpace, you had to embed the actual video code in there.
Now you're revealing your age because I don't
There you
know
go.
that.
Yeah, it was a weird time. No, it was one of those things. Once I'm the kind of person I like to lean into creative stuff. Like, and especially when I find like a lane that fits for me, because there's so many different lanes that you can go with, especially nowadays, from music to streaming to film to podcasting.
Yeah.
Everything is so easily accessible. Everything
Yes.
is just so and there's variety, which I love. Like I love the fact that there's so much variety out there. And when I started really going with the like, and I'm sure even from the music side, you'll be able to see that ADHD was huge for a while. That
Yeah.
was what I was going by, 2/8 HD.
Yep.
That was what I was going by.
God damn it, stop
And
reading my notes.
well, no, I'm just, I mean, like, I do podcasts. I do a
I know
podcast.
you do. And literally, the whole note section is going to be done in about 25 minutes.
That's why I said wing it. No, like, it was just one of those things where, like wrestling, when you find something that works for you, you can either shove your gimmick, in the face of others, old school Roman, like when it's just like this is this,
Yep.
and it might not be that. But then when you go back and you look at different things, you're like, well, how can I relate, and how can I not necessarily just relate, but how can I be real to myself?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm naturally an awkward person. So like once awkward Vegas kind of like hit and pardon my awkwardness was the thing, I was like, this is what I'm leaning into.
Yeah.
And I'm very aware of, even though I'm not good at social media, I'm very aware of it.
Yeah.
So I know that there are people that are always going to dig. There are people that are always going to look for stuff. There are people that are always going to try to find different things, especially nowadays, and not even in the podcast realm, just in the time and place that we live in.
Yeah.
So it was, once I shed kind of that skin, I was like, I need to shed everything about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and I did spring cleaning, as we
Yep.
would like to call it. And that's why you really can't see anything from that on there.
That's fair.
It was something that I liked, I enjoyed at the time, but it wasn't something that I was fully committed to.
Mm-hmm. Like, when I went through, like, your Instagram, you didn't have to really clean up anything, I feel like, because Instagram is personal. That's not really a social media.
I don't
Like,
selfie well either, so.
I mean, your profile picture says otherwise, homie. You see that
I
one
don't
dark
selfie well.
background with the glasses. That's
Okay,
a fire photo.
that was a professional picture.
But
That's
that's
okay.
still a fire photo.
So,
It don't matter.
Funny story. I took acting classes. There was a point that I took like little acting classes and everything.
Okay.
And with the acting classes that they had, they offered headshots.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll do some headshots. You know what? I'll do that. So I got shaped up and everything. I put the sunglasses on. I put the jacket on. And the guy was like, hey, pose. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. He was like, here, do this. And I was like, okay, cool.
So, picture this. Vegas is sitting there just, but the moment
Right,
you
that
put
was
on
it.
sunglasses, it's, and it
Mhm.
looks better.
That was it. Like it was different. But I'm glad people appreciate it. I'm glad you
That's a
appreciate
really
it.
good fucking photo, dude. I genuinely think that should be your profile picture across everything.
I don't know about that. That's
I would personally replace the stereotypical gamer logo. You muted.
I,
Oh,
I'm not
there you
muted. I'm just whispering.
go.
I said I like my gamer logo.
I like it too. I always just,
I feel that.
I don't even have a gamer logo. I don't have just like my face branded anywhere.
Mhm.
That might be changing soon. But
There you
the final thing I want to talk about when it comes to, the beginning stages
Yeah, what's
of Weirdo Central and you being that guy Vegas, what happened to that guy? And do you think that it was for the better?
Yeah, I absolutely think it was for the better. I'm not one that really dwells on the past. I
Dubs up.
you know what's funny? It's crazy. I still do that. I
Bro,
still like
I
yo.
can't tell if you're doing west or east side here. Like,
So what's funny
you're
is
like 3 side.
that's a hard cross. Look at those fingers. They go all the way
No,
around.
all the way around.
They go all. That's almost like an
They've
X.
got
It's
the
like what is one
ETs.
X1? We're throwing up Roman numerals
Bro,
in
you're
this
doing
beast with my
IXI, you're
fingers.
sidemen at that point, even though that's XIX.
So I think it's for the better. I think where we're at now is definitely better than where I was at before.
Mhm.
It's funny because I still playing 2K22. The character that we have is he goes by Senor Acuardo, but because there's no awkward or Vegas in
Yeah.
2K22, there needs to be some updates. I went with the Warden Wes Wesley because it sounded like the most made up possible name that you could come up with in WWE.
Yep.
And it was like just what's your name?
Wesley.
Wesley. So like every time he wins, I'm just like, Wesley, Dubs, put him up. Like so it's weird how the past always finds its way around. It
Yeah.
always finds its way back to the present.
Nah, I feel that. And speaking of you streaming and everything, after a few years away from Weirdo Central, I don't know if there was another YouTube channel in between that or if just life took its toll. But you ended up posting some gaming highlights on your Instagram. You posted a couple Warzone clips,
Yeah.
couple NBA 2K clips.
I've never been humbled so quickly than posting a Warzone clip before. Bro, I thought I did something on a Warzone clip. I was like, yes, I did it. I upload, boom, headshot. What's popping? And then somebody
watched those
posted underneath it
clips.
and was like, dude, that was just a headshot. And I was like, you know what?
You're right.
This is like, shut up. Like, I thought it was a cool shot.
Yep.
Like,
No, I feel that. Especially when I think my most popular clip on Instagram, like my most popular reel, is me just getting 2 kills on the runway in Verdansk, right? But I thought it was dope, and a lot of people liked it, but a couple people are like, you need to aim quicker.
right? And
You
it's
should have
like,
got
whoa,
that
wait a
kill
minute.
quicker. I'm like, hey, what?
It's like I didn't post this on here for you to come in here and be like my COD coach. Like I posted this on here because I thought it was dope. Like
The one thing that somebody put was, you have to be more confident in your shot. I'm like, the fuck you mean?
right? It's like, wait a minute. Why?
I clicked the trigger. I shot quick enough.
It worked. It's like, why are we hating? Like it hit. It did what it was supposed to do.
It hit. It worked. But
Exactly.
you started with your gaming side technically on Instagram. And with people, even though they were humbling you, with people viewing your clips at that time, is that what pushed you into streaming, or was that something that you've wanted to do for a while?
Honestly, streaming kind of came out of nowhere. The streaming, I had a couple friends. Well, one specific friend that streamed, DG Devastation. He was a previous roommate of mine. And just watching him kind of do it was just very interesting. It was very different. And I've a lot of people won't believe this, but I'm very much an introvert.
Doubt.
Like I'm very much an introvert.
Doubt.
Like I don't like that. You can doubt. Like I am
Finish that glass, it'll change.
1000%. Well, no. Like what I work retail. Like if you work retail, like that retail turns you into an introvert.
Mask.
Right? Like you have to deal with people on a daily basis. Like you talk to people, you put on different hats,
Yep.
you engage in different ways that a lot of times it can be very, very exhausting, which is why I appreciate like my everyday life has helped me appreciate streaming so much more.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can engage with people who are there because they want to be there. They enjoy being there. We've created an atmosphere and an environment that is all the cliches, it's accepting, it's this. Like, no, it's real. Like, I like to think I have a very real community that is just they appreciate anybody that comes in there. If you're popping in, like, they're going to show you love. If
Yep.
you're lurking, if you're leaving, if you're going to bed, they're gonna show you love. And I feel like that's what, if you work retail, you don't get. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like being able to kind of come home and stream. It felt almost like a yin to a yang.
Would you consider it
And
an escape?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I have a person in the community, Angel Girl, and she always looks out for me. She's always like, you need to get your sleep, you need to get your rest. Dr. Mill, she does the same thing. You need to get your sleep. You need to take time for Vegas. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand. This is time for Vegas. Like, being able to just stream with a community that they don't feel forced to be there. They don't feel like they're required to be there. They don't feel like they have to be there. They're there because they want to be there.
Yeah.
And whether I'm being goofy, whether I'm being relaxed, whether I'm chill, whether I've had a bad day, whether I've had a long day, being able to just kind of come home and just stream is always fun.
Nah,
Like,
I feel that.
it's such a decompression for me. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go. That's perfectly fine, because the next thing I want to talk about, right, is you starting your stream.
Okay.
October 2nd, 2020.
Okay.
Fun fact, exactly 1 week after I hit affiliate.
That's crazy.
It's insane. The past few guests, we've all started within the same 2 months.
And I love the fact,
2
like,
to
I
3
love
months
seeing
gap.
people's growth. You know what I mean? In different ways. Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I've fallen in love with Twitch just as a whole. And I know there's a lot of toxicity on Twitch. There's a lot of different communities that are just like, I shouldn't be in here. Like, but like, seeing people that I've met or friends that I've made on Twitch, like, seeing their growth is like so cool. Like, it's so cool. Like, to know that so many people started around the same time and they're
Yeah.
all finding their own forms of comfort and success. Like, that is so dope to me.
It's
Sorry, I
very
just had
much
to,
so.
I just,
Dude,
like,
throw
to
it
know
out
that you
there.
made affiliate right before that and then I started, it's like, it's weird how the world works. It really is.
You hit affiliate, if I'm correct. Your first stream as affiliate was the 24th of October, but you technically hit it the 22nd.
I have
Based
no
on your
idea.
anniversary stream last year.
Based on it, like, and honestly, even my anniversary stream was kind of a guess.
I did
Like,
my
it was
research.
kind of a guess. So I've never been one.
Mhm.
This is gonna sound weird, but I've never been one for accolades.
That's fair. I respect that.
Like, I've never been one for the pat on the back.
Yeah.
I just like any human, you appreciate reaffirmation. Like, reaffirmation is something that we
I mean,
need.
I'm pretty sure you also appreciate being choked out and smiling like Finn Balor here, but
Like, hey, I want someone to look at me the same way Finn looked at Ray. Bro, like, you can see the smile on his face. Like, he's facing Rey Mysterio. My man's getting choked and he's like, hey, Ray. What's up, bro? Like, bro, I remember watching that match live and being like, why is Finn smiling? You're getting choked out by Ray. And I was like, maybe he's just happy to be in the ring with Ray.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, who wouldn't be? Like, Logan Paul just faced Rey Mysterio.
right?
You see
That
that
was a really good
everywhere
match.
right
Very-
now. He did
Very
really
surprising
well.
with how well he did.
Yeah, I could agree. Okay. Do you think he did better than Bad Bunny?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I
no.
think he did slightly better.
I think Bad Bunny came in. Okay, so here's why I say that. So Logan Paul is an athlete.
Yes.
He's a trained athlete.
Yes.
Consistent, like, has been in the media showing his athleticism, boxing, all that stuff. No one expected that from Bad Bunny.
I can agree to that.
So from a standpoint of surprised,
Yeah.
of shocked, of like, did my man just hit a Canadian destroyer on the outside? It was like, wait, this is
Yup.
lit.
That was
I
the
like the-
highlight of that match, too. Like,
Oh, and
holy
just-
shit.
Everything that he did, like, he took to it smooth, and that's without, like, knowing that he had an athletic background. You knew he was a fan of it, but
Yeah.
man, like, you're not expecting him to come in and do
A
half the stuff he
Canadian
did,
destroyer.
right? Like, and he did more than that.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean.
just
He had a
one thing he
full
did.
sequences. It was a full match. Well,
Yep.
whereas Logan Paul being naturally athletic, he did kind of what I expected him to do.
That's fair. Now, the one thing I will combat to that, and this is why I feel like Logan did better,
Okay.
is the way he worked the crowd.
Oh yeah.
The Eddie
mean,
Guerrero stuff.
One's a music performer who works the crowd in a concert. The other is,
A social media influencer.
yeah, I
icon,
mean, like,
some would
who
say.
works the crowd from a phone.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have the ability you know what I'm saying, to kind of already have that. He's a natural
Yeah.
heel, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree. But now they're pushing him as a face.
Which I heard rumors that he might be in there. Like he might be a part of WWE for the next couple months.
I feel that. I
Which
prefer him over Shane McMahon.
here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes. Here
Here
comes
comes the
money.
money. Money. Dollar, dollar. We can start our own wrestling podcast at this point, but to get back into thought, we're gonna stray away from topics so many times
It
for people
happens.
listening.
It happens.
But with your Twitch, right?
Okay.
You hit affiliate just under 3 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
Explain what that feeling was like to know that you accomplished what some people consider small, but at that time is huge for an up and coming streamer.
I mean, it was big time. Like for me, it definitely felt like a hump to get over. And I will be real. Anybody that streams and they know that getting to affiliate, like you said, is a big deal.
Yes.
I kind of screwed myself because Twitch. Let's peel back the veil. Let's
Yep.
reveal the wizard behind the curtain. Twitch is about what? It's about building community and making money.
Yep.
That's what it is. People do it full time, like yourself. You do it full time. The only way you can do it full time is if there's that support system on the outside to be able to financially, get you there.
That is a fact because I have bills like most people do.
Exactly. So I kind of screwed myself at the beginning of it because I didn't know the analytics. I didn't know the breakdown of Twitch. It was just something I saw friends of mine doing.
Mhm.
I got on Twitch. I was like, oh, there are some cool people on here. I wonder if this is something I can do. And I like video games. I've never classified myself as like a hardcore gamer.
Mhm.
I was always a casual gamer, but never good. I just enjoyed gaming.
That's fair.
So like I would just hop on and play. 1 viewer, 2 viewers. I wasn't looking at the 3 viewer average, 50 followers and 7 days a week. I was just getting on the stream. Looking back at it, I'm like, man, if I would have been a little bit more meticulous about my time and how I got on there, it definitely could have, I think, happened a little bit faster.
Fair.
But the fact that I kind of did it the way that I did it and I still accomplished it, it was a huge victory internally for me. It was just one of those things. I was like, yo, this is dope. Like
Yeah.
this is very, very cool.
I can 100% understand that. And the fact, like, you hit it quickly, right? For the people that genuinely push, knowing the analytics, knowing what they have to hit, they'll get it in a week to 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a shout out to I think Chugs and everything. Like that's a major shout out to Chugs.
Was Chugs one of the people that helped you at the beginning?
I mean, if you think about it, everything that happened with him was just so off of a whim.
Mhm.
Like it was so like I'm going to take a risk here. And I didn't even do it with like the hey, build my community in mind. It was just like I love music.
Yeah.
And somebody else loved music and I was like I want to do something for somebody that I don't want to say I look up to, but I appreciate. I appreciate what they do, and I did something that was very different, and he appreciated it. So he returned so much love in my direction, to where it really helped build that community faster and really kind of fast track me to being able to get to that next step. So I will stand and I will say this forever. Like I am forever in debt for what Chugs has done for me, for my exposure and for the building of this Twitch community, because a lot of the Chugs army is in the Awkward Alliance. And that's so cool to see, to be able to hop in his stream and just say like, what's up? And there are so many familiar names in there. They're like, Vegas, what's up, bro? And I'm like, hey guys, like it's just that 360 love is lit. It's really, really lit.
It really is too. And the fact that like you've been on Twitch, your account says since 2013. You've been on Twitch for almost a decade, and that's not to call you
Wait,
old.
time out. What?
Yeah. If you do /user and then type your name, it'll say how long you've been or just type a message and then click on your name. You could see how long you've been on Twitch for with your account. And I don't remember the month or day, but I know that it is 2013.
Hold up.
I can tell you right now, it is
So
December
if I click
6th.
on my name and I go to what?
It just right there, account created, December 6th, 2013.
I don't see it. It just says following since.
Here, I'll pull up a screenshot on
And
screen real
previously
quick.
subbed.
Here is the
2013,
rough
that's
editing.
insane. Why did I make an account on Twitch in 2013?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What was going on in 2013 that Twitch was like the place to be?
I'm pulling it up for you though, really quick on the
9 years ago.
cam.
Who was streaming on Twitch 9 years ago?
It
Dude, you were like
just turned
13.
in to Justin TV. There you go. Account
You were
created
like
December 6th,
13.
2013. Hey, don't call me out.
That is
I was
wild.
4
Account
days away from
created?
14, sir.
Wait, you're a December baby?
Yeah, December 10th. I know you're a December baby as well.
I'm 10 days after you.
Yeah. Oh, really? The 20th?
Yeah, I'm the 20th.
God damn. I know you bought yourself your early birthday gift to go to, what was it? Winter is Coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I dragged my dad down there for me.
There you go. There
Yep,
you
I made my
go.
dad go down there with me. I was like, "Hey, what do you got going on?" He was like, what are you talking about?" And I was like, I bought us tickets to go to Winter's Coming. You're going to a wrestling event with me." He was like, "Okay, cool."
Is your family a fan of wrestling like you are, or no?
No, no. So nobody really in my family is a fan of wrestling,
Okay.
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the closest that I got to it was like my grandfather. I remember like going over to his and my grandmother's house, and just he would be flipping through the channels, and Sunday Night Heat would be on, and he would stop, and I would just kind of like be sitting there,
Yep.
and I would watch it, and then he would just change the channel, and that's like the little bit that I got when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Until I got older and I fell in love with it. It was just like, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing like it. I will die behind my wrestling fandom. I don't know how many different conversations, discussions, arguments, whatever you want to call it, that I've gotten into just defending my fandom of wrestling, because there's really nothing like it in the world. There's
Yeah.
not.
There's really not. And like the thing is too, so many people are like, "Oh, wrestling's fake, blah blah blah." You do realize that the name of WWE is World Wrestling Entertainment.
Mhm,
It's
mhm,
exactly what we do. We entertain as a
mhm.
streamer, right? And I
And if I
think
could beat the crap out of you, I would. I'm kidding.
I don't blame you, but I'm gonna give you a receipt if you hit it the wrong way.
Touche. Touche.
But at the end of the day, like I've also had the conversations with people, oh, wrestling's fake, I'm never going to watch it. And then
Mhm.
I've also converted people because wrestling is a form of
You know,
entertainment.
that fake term is, that's the wrong F word you want to throw out there to wrestling fans.
That is
That's the
true.
one thing when people are like, "Oh, it's fake," and I'm just looking at them like, you know, half the movies that you watch are fake, right? Unless you watch documentaries, and
Yep.
even those are fake half the time.
I'm about to give somebody just a sweet old bow and tell me it's
Right?
fake.
You're right.
Like, those chops are real.
Yeah, man. It's. I've always said it's soap opera with somersaults and spandex.
I'm never going to look at it the same way again because of you.
That's exactly what it is, and
Damn.
it's the most entertaining form of live television, in my opinion, that you can get. I mean,
I could agree to that.
yeah,
I mean, especially since it's the longest running episodic weekly television
and they
show
remind you, yep,
every single week.
every Monday,
Every Monday, the longest running episodic weekly television show. Blah, 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 blah.
right?
It's ridiculous.
Good old Michael Cole.
But they do their branding well, and it helps you remember it. Like, if that wasn't said 1,000 times, it wouldn't be engraved in my brain.
Yeah,
So
1000%.
now, fast forward a couple weeks into your streaming career after affiliate.
Okay.
Exactly 1 month after you started, I met you.
Okay.
November 2nd, 2020.
Okay, so remind me, because somebody asked me this, and I was like, "Geez, I don't
Double
remember."
check, too. You can see following since on the photo.
November 2nd. Yeah, there it is, right there. You have all the receipts.
A little bit, a little bit.
Somebody was like, I think it was my brother. He was like, "So how'd you meet Trolleyzz?" And I was like, "Streaming." And he was like, "Well, duh." And I was like, "Okay." And
So this is what I wanted to ask you. Do you remember? Because I have one of two options in my head.
okay, I'm probably the same way. And I'm like, I don't remember if I popped in his stream or he popped in my stream. But I think I popped in your stream
Mm-hmm.
because you were
Warzone.
You said what?
Warzone.
Was it Warzone?
So the day that you followed me was right after like an 8-hour stream, I think it was.
Okay.
Like, you did a long stream.
Okay.
And I don't know if you rated into me because I was on your recommended, or if we were part of something called Ninja Monkey Stream Support. I don't know if you were a part of that.
Yeah, I wasn't a part of that.
Back
'cause that
then,
sounds-
that's what I knew. So
Okay,
I think
yeah, I have
we
no idea what that
genuinely
is.
found each other through recommended. And the
Mhm.
reason why we did is actually, I believe, because of Awake at Night and all of them that we met afterwards, too. Like we were
That's
watching the same
true.
people.
Was it
but
Freddy too?
Freddy as well.
Yeah, that might have been what it is. Like it might have been because of Freddy.
So fun
Did you
fact,
ever do like a collab stream with Freddy and them?
I met Freddy after you. But the reason why I'm saying that it might be because of them is because we were watching them at that time,
Okay.
right? To an extent. Freddy followed me after you followed me.
Big bet.
But I knew of Freddy,
Okay.
right? And I believe I did
Interesting.
pop into a stream a couple times, right? But I just wasn't following at that
Yeah.
time. I don't know. It was weird to describe. But long story short,
Mhm.
it's been that long, and you are
insane.
officially my longest known guest on the podcast after 40
Oh wow,
plus
lit.
episodes.
Let's go.
Like, you're longer than Freddy, longer than Awake at Night. Even though Awake at
That's
Night hasn't been on.
crazy.
That man was supposed to be on in June.
Who Awake was?
Yeah.
Oh man, he only streams at night though.
Wow, I could never tell by his name. Awake at Night.
Sorry. Sorry.
I hate you. But yeah, I genuinely think that we had like mutual connections, but
Yeah.
we just never knew about each other. And then I don't know if you rated into me or just found me. And then I saw you were a streamer as well. We were both roughly around the same size. And I'm like, I want to follow this guy too. He seems fucking dope. And since then, we've been following each other.
You regretted it.
For 17 months. And it's
insane.
been pretty insane. Like, you talked about seeing your friends' growth.
Mhm.
Fucking likewise, dude.
I appreciate
to
that.
see the connections that you have, to see the growth that you have, the strength of your community.
I appreciate that.
It's really unmatched, and it is something that I personally look up to.
I wouldn't say all that, but I appreciate it.
You think I'm saying that just because we're on a podcast?
No,
Absolutely
I
not.
don't.
I'm kidding.
No, I don't. I don't
I
think
genuinely
that.
mean
I
it.
don't. I've never been I don't take compliments well.
Neither
I've
do
never
I.
been. I've never been one like my entire life. Like even my mother's like, I get a new haircut, and she's like, "Oh my god, you look so good," and I'm like, "Get away from me!" like I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I feel
I can't
that.
do it.
But like, when I was doing the research of this as well, found out when you and I met each other, to find out it was only a month into your streaming career, right?
That's
And it
wild.
was 2 months into mine. We were babies at that point.
Yeah.
And we're still babies now.
Oh yeah.
Compared to
Still
a lot
learning.
of other people, but you and I are both up and coming, right? I never like to use the word small or anything like that when it comes to a streamer or content creator, because in reality, we're all doing the same thing. We're
I'm
all up
swole,
and coming.
son.
Swole, baby. Like my cheeks. What?
Jesus.
You seemed like you were born for streaming, though, because even though you say that you are an introvert, you are extremely charismatic on
I appreciate
cam.
that.
And you are also not somebody who's a one-trick pony. You started off as a variety streamer within a week. From playing Warzone, which you started on, going to Borderlands, Resident Evil, Bioshock was November.
Bioshock.
You even played Rainbow Six Siege, which surprises me because you have the awareness
so-
in Warzone of a pebble. Like, how the
Okay.
fuck did you play Rainbow Six?
Okay, so here's my answer with that. I'm actually, weirdly enough, I can't say the term better because I'm still bad.
Yeah.
There are times that I enjoy Rainbow Six more than Warzone, but I can get on Warzone and run solos and not feel like a ridiculous toxic community that Rainbow Six had.
Yeah.
Because Rainbow Six at one point in time had probably one of the most toxic communities that I ever was a part of. And I played a crap ton of Rainbow Six before I even started streaming.
Yeah.
And it was a game that I enjoyed because I've always liked the tactical breakdowns of games. Like like Hitman, Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell was the first game. My community knows how much Splinter Cell means to me. Splinter Cell was like one of the first original Xbox games that like blew my mind. That got me like, oh my god, this is something. Video games are something special. Video games are something different. So like playing games that are more tactical, more stealthy, more like sit back, all right, let's assess the room, let's take this person out first, take this person out second, take this person out third, I've always appreciated.
Yeah.
When it came to Call of Duty, I was a Modern Warfare 2 person.
I was the person. So.
Yeah, I was the toxic, your mama did this, your mama said this, your daddy does this.
The
like,
MW2 lobbies.
Yeah, I was in the MW2 lobby, and I'm glad, I will say this, holy crap, I'm glad there's not like recordings of like the lobbies back then.
Bro,
Oh my god.
we're all going to jail.
Oh, we're all going to cancel jail.
Yep.
Like all cancel jail.
We're all making
Um
twitlongs real quick.
oh my god. So like me and my homeboy Ajax, we still have like subtle inside jokes of Modern Warfare 2 days.
Yeah.
Where we'll have conversations and we'll bring that up. But that was the last like Call of Duty game I can say that I was actually decent at. Like once Warzone came out, I didn't play a lot of it. I was like, this is dumb. I don't get into the battle royal stuff. I can't do it. It's not me. And then I started playing more of it and was like, oh, this is lit. And then somebody introduced me to Rainbow Six Siege. And when I say Rainbow Six Siege dominated my life for a good like 5-6 months,
Hmm.
I was like hitting up friends like a crack fiend. Like, hey, bro, hey, what you got going on tonight? Oh, man, nothing, man. I'm probably just chilling with my girl. No, screw that, bro. You want to play some Rainbow Six Siege? Nah, bro, my girl, I'm gonna be hanging out with my girl. We gotta watch a movie. Nah, bro, bump that. You can see her tomorrow. Let's hop on Siege. We need to make sure. It's like we need to make sure we got to get all of us. I got Habana ready. I just upgraded her. I got a new skin that I need to put on here. Like, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
And I had a squad of people that we used to play, and then it just went like toxic beyond toxic, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I would try to solo queue, and before I even got into the game, I would
Shut
get
the
like,
fuck up.
bro, I would get that. I would get team killed. I'm just like, I'm not playing this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. So I took a liking to Warzone, and then that was right around the same time that I started streaming,
Hmm.
and I was just like, let me check this out, and there it went.
There it went. Now, within your first couple months of streaming, right? You did
Mhm.
all these different games. You mentioned BioShock, like in specific. So I'm gonna guess this is towards the answer. Do you have a favorite moment that you always reminisce on from the beginning of your streaming within the first 2 months,
Within the first 2 months of streaming,
or I'll even say within 2020 itself?
okay. Um, it's gonna sound cliche to kind of piggyback off of before. Uh, Chugs rating me. When Chugs rated me, I think it was like with 300 or 400 people. It broke my stream. Like legitimately.
Yeah.
Like everything was like when you have that many people rating at once, like it broke my stream. Because there were so many different things going on and my computer wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
That was when that happened, that changed everything for me. Because it showed me that I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
B, I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And C, I didn't have a C, but I just couldn't leave A and B by itself.
That's fair.
I just at that point I was like, I need to upgrade my computer. And I was like invested, like, and just like anything, you stream. Anytime you start putting your own money into stuff and you start investing into something, it changes your outlook on it.
It
It
really
changes
does.
your mindset on it. It changes how invested you are in it. So when he rated me, I was like, and my stream started kind of like breaking and now it started freezing and lagging. And I was like,
Ah.
oh. Yeah, it was just like, well, this is the time that I need to upgrade my stuff.
Yep.
And as soon as I upgraded my stuff, I'm in
Smooth
it.
sailing.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm in this. This is what I want to do. Now if I can just get OBS and Streamlabs to work the way I need it to work, like then we can that's gonna be the next step.
That CPU
Right?
needs the upgrade. You got a 6-core, homie. You need an 8-core.
Man, I know, right? Like when I got it, like I built everything.
Uh-huh.
And I had a homeboy DG Devastation once again who kind of put me on the direction of everything and on like what to look for and what to buy. And I think even his thought process at the time was, all right, you're gonna be a casual streamer. And then I was like, yeah, I'll be a casual. This is what you need. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now looking at it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be a casual streamer. I want to do this, and I
Yeah.
want to do this for real. I 100% was like, I need to invest, and I need to make sure I invest properly.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in the hardware,
Yeah.
but I need to invest personally.
Yep.
Like I need to invest thought process. I need to invest time. I need to invest more money. I need to invest effort. I need to invest just everything to make this something special because I was so unaware of the Twitch world. Even if I had the account since 2013, I don't remember making that account. I don't.
Fair.
But once 2020 hit and I was like, this is something that I want to do. And music made it a little bit easier because in COVID, you're not doing concerts. There aren't people that are just like, hey, come out and perform. So as an up and coming music artist, you can't really, your hands are kind of tied.
Yeah.
Like your hands are tied to performances and to getting your name out there and getting your product out there. And if there isn't anybody out there, you have to find another outlet.
Yep.
And it only helped being a wrestling fan and being a gaming nerd, because it was just like, you know what, I can do this in Twitch, and I have music, I have video games, I have people that have common interest out there, and it just, I don't know, that Chugs raid really put me on a path to where it kind of solidified a thought process for me,
Yeah.
to where I have to say that was probably the most memorable thing, because that really kind of set a precedence for me.
So you're telling me the Fuego del Sol raid from earlier today doesn't top
Yo,
the
Fuego
Trench
del
raid?
Sol was lit, bro. Like, I was not expecting that by any means. I was sitting there and I was just like, because I like Fuego.
Yeah.
I really like Fuego. I like everything that Fuego has done in AEW, everything
Yes.
he's been doing. He has such an energy. I lurk in his streams. If you guys aren't watching or streaming or whatever, following Fuego, do me a favor, follow him, because it's so entertaining. And bro, like, I was not expecting that. So when my man raided today, I was like, "Ah, shoot!" Like, it completely caught me off guard.
Yep.
That was awesome to feel that love from Fuego del Sol. That was really dope.
I wasn't there exactly when it happened. I was lurking because I was
Mhm.
working on tonight, but
Yeah.
holy shit, when I went back and I just see Fuego's name mentioned, you're like, this is for Fuego. I'm like, wait a minute. Did this
Yeah.
man come in with a raid?
Dude, that's why I had to do the get the Fuego del Sol
Gotta
going.
get that
Like, that was,
tornado.
man, that was so cool. Like, those are moments that I think I've been rated by so many awesome people, man.
Yeah.
Like, by so many awesome people, and I've met so many cool people just in Twitch, and I feel like I got into it. If I can sound selfish for a second, like, I feel like I got into it at the right time.
Yeah.
And obviously COVID has been something terrible. And it's made a lot of people change up their traditional lifestyle and their everyday lifestyle.
Mhm.
So adjusting during that, and even working, you know what I mean? At that time, like, work kind of slowed down for me, because when you work retail and there aren't people that are walking in, you know what I mean? Like, time
Yeah.
changes and things change. So, like, being able to have something like this that I would have never expected to be doing,
Mhm.
I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate, and I'm very happy um to be able to find success, even a little bit of success,
Yeah.
um in this journey, whatever you want to call it, whatever cliche I can throw out there.
I know what you mean. And like
Yeah,
everybody's definition of success is different, right? And you saying that you have
absolutely.
found some sort of success, right? And just
Hmm.
you know what success means to you,
Hmm.
right? And the fact that you found some, or you feel like you are becoming successful in
Hmm.
what you are doing, it says a lot too.
Hmm.
Because you know that you could be, you know, the size of, let's say, Ludwig
Hmm.
or Tim the Tatman or Nick Merckx or
Hmm.
all of them, right? And somebody could classify that as success.
Yeah.
But where you are right now, you are saying that you have found some success. You are being successful.
Hmm.
It not only says a lot about your character, but it also shows that you're a realist when it comes to streaming, which a lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
need to be.
I mean, I've always believed, and this is nothing against optimists or pessimists or realists. Like, I've always lived life as a realist. And there was something that I forget where, I couldn't tell you who said it, where I read it,
Hmm.
whatever. But the thought process was, optimist walks with their head held high, looking for positivity, and they lose their footing. A pessimist walks with their head down and they bump their head. But a realistic looks forward and they adjust the path that's before them. And that's always resonated with me.
Hmm.
And then, like I said, it's not a diss towards optimist. It's not a
Yeah.
diss towards pessimist. But realism has always given me kind of an ability to appreciate the things that are there in front of me right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of people, I've seen people, I've been victim of it, to where it's like, I look so forward to the future. I look so forward to what I want to do, or where we can go, or where we want to go, that you kind of miss out on just what's going on right then and there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or the pessimism side of things where it's like, man, I'm never gonna get to this level. Or you start comparing yourself to other streamers, or you feel like you're at competition with other
Yep.
streamers. It's like, man, I'm never gonna get there, or I don't have enough of a community, or I don't have enough of a emotion to be able to. And it's just like, I find solace in realism, and being able to look at things. It leads me to be able to enjoy some of the things that have happened on stream, be able to enjoy every follow, every gifted sub, every resub, every raid, no matter how big or small it may be.
Yep.
It just it allows me to appreciate those things in the moment.
You even appreciated F of B minus F of A following you before you
Yeah, I
found out
didn't
it
even
was a
know it was a
bot.
bot. I was like, hey, bro, appreciate that. Let's go.
That bot has followed me like 17 times.
That's funny because I saw it like it was like the third time it's followed me, but once again, I'm just like, hey, I appreciate
thank
the
you
follow.
follow.
You unfollow because you know what I mean. Like people unfollow
Yeah.
people all the time.
I always
So
tell
it's
people,
it's
like, feel free to follow. It's completely free. You can always unfollow later. Like, you
Mhm.
know how Dream says that in Minecraft, right? I kind of adapted it to Twitch because you never
I
know.
don't play Minecraft. I have no idea what that means.
Well, you don't understand. It's completely free. You could always unfollow later.
Oh, I mean, I get that, but you said something about Minecraft, and I
Yeah,
was like, I
so
don't play
the first
Minecraft.
time I heard that was from Dream,
Okay,
who is a Minecraft YouTuber.
okay, got you.
And like when I
Like
heard
you
him
heard that
say,
in your dreams? What? Like that's
you
lit,
could you could
bro.
say that,
Like,
but realistically, when I heard him say that for the first time, I'm like, you know what? Yoink.
mhm,
I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna say that on Twitch because it
yeah,
makes sense, right? And I
yeah. I
stand
mean, not
behind that too.
not to sound like too business directed, because I mean, like when it comes to Twitch, like the one thing that I've realized is there's one massive button that if they don't want to be there, they can press.
Yeah.
And that's the back button.
Yep.
Like if you don't want to be there, you can absolutely press that. And like it's made me appreciate my community so much more because the fact that they want to be there. Whether they have multiple tabs up, which I 1,000% encourage because I mean, shoot, like support all streamers.
Yep.
Like if you have multiple people that are streaming at one time, like I love my lurkers. I love anybody that is willing to lurk and keep me up. Like the lurkers are the lifeblood of Twitch. Like
Facts.
legitimately, I'm a lurker. Like myself. Like like there are times you'll ask me a question and I will not respond because I'm like working on music or I'm doing other stuff or something and I'll come back in, I'll be like, "Oh, snap." Like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bro, what'd you say? I heard my name." Like, "What were you talking about?"
This
And you're
man
like, "Oh,
lurks
okay,
all the
cool."
time.
Oh man, I really do. Like I really Oh, is that my what's it called? My
Watch
watch
time.
time? That's hilarious.
I mean,
Like,
the lurking doesn't show there, but I
I
always see
mean
your Pokemon.
24 what's that? 37 hours of lurking?
That's pretty fucking
That's
solid.
yeah, I mean that's some hours right there.
And
You got somebody 15 days and 18 hours? Like that's insane.
it is. It really is insane. But like the fact that somebody can even just spend 30 seconds watching your stream and it's a
Mhm.
random somebody who you've never met before, somebody
Yep.
who has never met you before. It's just somebody you find on Twitch or that
Mhm.
finds you on Twitch.
Mhm.
And that 30 seconds could turn into, as some people have in my community, over a month. One
Yeah.
person has over 2 months.
Yeah.
It,
And
it
there's so much positivity and not to sound like oh, he's overly positive all the time. Like that's not the case. Like
it's
I
not.
have my days. But like Twitch is it's such a it is what you make it.
Yep.
I've always believed that. Like it is what you make it. And I love being able to make it something that's special.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I've never looked at myself as once again a good gamer.
Yeah.
I've it's funny because I had a conversation with Chugs and we were talking about his streaming style and my streaming style.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're so like he has his way of doing it." And he's
Yep.
like he's the grab I'm gonna grab your hand and I'm gonna take you through this game with me. And he kind of like narrates everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
I said, and I explained to him, I was like, I'm your self-conscious in the back of the theater that's like, no, don't go in that room. No. Like, I'm like, that's me. I'm the person that's playing the game. Like, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here.
Yeah. I know what you
like,
mean.
like, that's always been me. But I love the difference. I love the everybody that is made their own. Like I keep going back to making their own lane. And I love being able to learn. I've loved being able to learn from watching different people. There's somebody that she's a mod in my stream. Um, and she goes by Nova Wolf Spy.
Currently in
She's
chat.
a mod in my stream, and I learn so much just from watching her streams. Like the stuff that she does, like the things that she'll bring into stream, the things that she'll put in stream, the way she engages with her chat, the stuff like it's just it's cool to see. And when we talk about seeing the growth of others around us, like those are people that I look at, like Adam's Bebe, like those are people that I look at when it's like I like to see that growth. I like to see when they add certain things, when they're
Yep.
playing a different game, when they bring an aesthetic. Like she was on there the other day, and I think she was doing the I'm gonna sound terrible. It was like, "Am I an a-hole?" She was reading through those,
Mhm.
and as she was like reading through, I'm literally at work, and I'm at work, bro, and I pull out my phone, and I'm like, "Let me see who's on Twitch,"
Yeah.
and I once again I lurk, and I am in tears laughing. Like, just her reading this stuff and people being like, "Yeah, you're an a-hole." Yeah, I'm not an a-hole. Like, it was something that I was like, "Yo, I kinda wanna do something like that." And you can learn so much from so many different people if you're willing to.
Yeah.
And I think for me, in my experience in Twitch, it's done God, it's done so much good in my life, it's insane.
Nah,
It's insane.
I can completely I can vouch for that.
I've
Eh,
stolen a lot of stuff from you too, by the way. I've
wh-
1000%
when are you
stolen
still in the
content.
Pokemon Smasher Pass?
Okay, I'm not gonna steal that because
Damn
that's just awkward, dude. Like
Holy,
I
you're
can't listen.
awkward Vegas.
I know, but like, there's like I can't look at Bulbasaur and be like, hey,
You're telling me
Bobby.
you won't look at Lopunny and be like,
I
"Hey,
don't even know
yo."
what that is. Listen, we had this conversation on your stream. Blue, red, yellow. Those were the OG Pokemon games that I was familiar with. I wanna be the
Hey, you
very
already
best.
said you'd smash
And no
Snorlax.
one ever was. Like, I
Bum,
remember
bum,
the
ba-dum.
OG themes. Catch them
There
is
is
my
my
real test. To train them is my cause. Boom, boom,
Pokemon.
boom, boom. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide.
Dun, 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 dun.
Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em
Like,
all.
bro, like, yeah, I remember the OG. Like, I saw the OG Pokemon movie when Mewtwo and Pikachu got frozen, and
Poopachu.
Mewtwo, and you got the cry and the tear and everything dropped,
Yep.
and then he became back to life. Oh, it was Ash that got frozen. Ash
Yep.
got frozen, and Pikachu cried on Ash, bro. Like, but no, I'm not smashing or passing. Like, that ain't gonna happen.
You're telling me you?
Like,
Hey, yo, if a girl had thighs like Mewtwo, you're telling me you wouldn't smash?
listen, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a female that has thighs like Mewtwo.
Okay, would you smash
not
Mewtwo?
Mewtwo.
Would you smash Mewtwo?
I'm not. No, that's weird.
You're uncultured.
That is an
All right,
animal.
anyways, speaking of your favorite moments on stream,
Okay.
I want to go over a couple that are your viewers' favorite moments.
Oh, wow.
I have 3 I want to talk about. I'm going to give you a
Jesus.
chance to explain yourself.
I'm terrified. Oh, if you swear, I swear
The
to God, if
first
you
one-
talk about
Shut
me
up,
getting
shut up.
in a fight with gravity,
Shut up. The first
Okay.
one is being your catchphrase that we don't hear anymore. This catchphrase called, "Let's make babies."
hey, let's make babies.
Where did this catchphrase come from?
Ugh. I honestly don't know.
So it happened about a year ago when you were
That
playing
sounds about right.
Warzone,
Mm-hmm.
and you decided that you wanted to come up with a catchphrase
Mm-hmm.
before every single encounter.
Let's make babies.
There was one catchphrase
It's gonna
that
get
lasted
intimate.
for about 12 seconds before that.
I'll bring back let's make babies.
Do you remember the other catchphrase?
Of course not. No. I have a terrible memory.
Time to do it. With that pause in the middle. Just time to
God.
do it.
That's probably that one is terrible, which is why I probably came up with let's make babies. Like, I mean, if there's an awkward pause in the middle of time to
Do it.
like that's just like that sounds like Nike came up with it and said, let's just leave that in the trash.
You're not
In
wrong.
Vegas, you can have it.
Not wrong. Second one.
Okay.
When you became what should have been your rap name, Baldy V. Right? And
Okay.
by the way, for everybody in chat, currently, right now, you can officially use this BTTV emote, Baldy V, in chat.
There you go.
Why
There
is
you
it
go.
not popping up?
Oh,
Did I spell it wrong?
I don't know. I don't know. Did
Did
you
I?
make an emote?
Yeah, I made it an emote.
That's hilarious. You know what's great is that your emote is not working.
I know. You know what else is great? The fact I'm gonna fix it live. We're not gonna
You
edit this out.
absolutely are. It's all good.
Emotes.
Hey,
I
this is
spell it
this is
wrong.
real life. Now everybody's trying to copy and paste it and it's not working. That just
It
makes it so much better.
it should be working. I feel like it is working for everybody. That's why they're copy pasting it.
I don't see it.
I
I'm
don't see
looking
it
at your
either,
chat.
which is so weird.
So that is Orale Vegas. That's who that is. That was for a charity.
It was for a charity.
Yep.
I'm
I
so
think it was
confused on
for,
why.
was it Alzheimer's Association? Or was that for the Cancer Society?
That was during your 1-year anniversary for Cancer
Okay.
Society.
So Cancer Society. Yeah, I 1000% bald with the mustache, baby.
Bald with the mustache. I mean, I'm
Bald with the
telling you
mustache,
this.
baby.
Baldy V.
Let's make babies.
Baldy V is better than ADHD.
Let's make babies.
Baldy V, let's make no.
Baldy V looked like an extra in Training Day. Like, he looked like an extra in Training Day. I looked like me and Ethan Hawke were gonna go on a conversation. Like I was gonna have a shotgun to his face in a bathtub.
Fair. That's fair. The third one,
Okay,
it's my favorite moment.
let's make babies.
No. Along with
Okay.
most of your mods, it's officially when you gained your mortal enemy called Air.
I did not lose that fight with Gravity.
I'm telling you this right now, and by the way, for anybody who hasn't seen it, I literally have the clip here.
Before you get on out of here, Day Day,
Before you get on out of here,
I would just like to remind
I'd
you.
like
that
to
I am
remind
still
you
our
that I am
predictions
still the predictions champion.
undisputed.
Mhm.
Undisputed.
Going to get the belt. Going to get this belt right here.
Air comes into effect.
Oh my God!
Huh.
Breaking stuff.
See?
World.
I didn't
heavyweight
lose the fight with Gravity. Listen.
predictions champ.
Listen. See, what happened was Gravity and I were a tag team.
Yep.
And then Gravity thought that there was better opportunities on the horizon for more championships.
You got hit with
And
a Russian leg sweep by Gravity.
Gravity looked at me. It was more of a dragon screw. Gravity looked at me and said, "You're the weakest link in this tag team." And I was like, "No, I'm not. Shut up." And he was like, "No, you are. I'm going to just sweep the leg, Johnny." And I tumbled graciously. I did not fall due to gravity. I tumbled graciously. And you can see, hey, listen, you can see I did not fall out of frame.
No, you
So
caught
unless-
yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you fall out of frame, then 100% you lose with gravity. But I was
But-
still in frame. And that recovery was nice though.
You
That
landed on your
recovery
chair.
was smooth. What's up?
You landed on your chair.
But I didn't land on the ground.
It would've been
Gravity can only
funnier.
take you so far.
But like you're 0-1 against Gravity.
Listen, it's like 0.5.
No, you're 0-1. Logan Paul's got a better record than you do.
It's 0.5.
He still has a better record than you do.
I mean, let's stop living in the past, Trolleyzz.
This is about the halfway point through the podcast, and
Everybody in chat is like, "Oh, you FELL." I don't know what that word means.
fell.
I don't think that's what it means. I don't think that's what that spells.
I'm
I think
pretty
it
sure
means
that's what.
fall. That's a season from November on
Yeah.
from October. You fall.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Fall.
You did fall.
That's up for debate. You know what I mean? It's subjective.
I don't know. Tumbling graciously, like, wouldn't cause you to lose, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows that you lost that fight against Gravity. But we'll push away from that. You can defend yourself
Yeah.
later.
Okay, go.
Probably not. But I got 20 rapid fire questions to hit you with. Kind of.
Oh,
you know,
geez, 20?
20. You could build a conversation on any of these, but they're just random.
Okay.
They're basically just
feel
to
like
get
these
to know you
not
a little
random.
bit better. No, they are
I
random.
feel like they're random. Okay.
Right, but they're get to know you a little bit better. If there's a conversation you want to build on any of the answers, feel free. Even though it's rapid fire, you can take your time with it. But like I
Yes,
said,
I will fight Gravity at WrestleMania 39. That'll happen.
that was one of them. Damn. Okay, what is your
Mhm.
favorite day of the week?
Favorite day of the week: Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
One day.
Because those are the days when I stream.
One day.
Okay.
Friday.
Wednesday actually.
Okay.
I
Favorite
like
city
Wednesdays.
in the U.S. besides the ones that you've lived in,
Ooh, how can I say it's my favorite? I've never been there.
based on what you heard, or you
Okay,
visited.
you said never lived in.
Yeah, you
dang
could have
it, I've
visited
lived in
these.
Tampa. You would ask a military brat that. I've moved around a lot. Um, I've never lived in Orlando,
Okay,
and I really enjoy Orlando. There's a lot to do out there.
that's fair. Favorite holiday?
Boxing. No, I'm kidding. Um,
Watch out, Gravity.
Jesus Christ. Um, favorite holiday, man. Okay, so this is gonna sound really bad. I've never been a big holiday person.
That's fair.
I mean, Thanksgiving's cool because like food and everything. Um, of course, everybody that's a narcissist says my birthday. I'm not gonna say that.
Nobody said
Um,
their birthday in 40
People say their
plus
birthday.
episodes.
No one says their birthday.
Nobody has ever said their birthday.
Oh, well, I want to be different then.
There
My
you
birthday.
go.
That's
There
my
you go,
favorite
you
holiday.
narcissist.
There you go. I'll be that guy. I'll wear that badge of honor. What's your favorite holiday? My birthday.
First celebrity crush, and don't tell me Sir Isaac Newton.
First celebrity. Screw you for that. I'm not that old. You could have got away with like
No,
Mona
it's a
Lisa.
Gravity joke.
Oh wow, Jesus. First celebrity crush. Pink Ranger.
You're
Kimberly.
not the first person. You're not the first person. It's a good answer.
I was about to say it's. I'm really trying to think as a kid, like.
You fell into that joke.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, shut up. I was like, wait, what? Shut up. I'm trying to think, man. Like, Yeah,
Pink
it
Ranger?
might be it might be the Pink Ranger,
That's
Kimberly.
fair. Place you want to travel to the most with no COVID
Oh,
restrictions.
somebody said Topanga. Also, Nia Long from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man, that was
Come on, there's one. Who's the
probably
first?
probably Kimberly. Probably Kimberly.
Place you want to travel to the most after COVID restrictions are lifted. Everywhere. Because I know America, they're pretty much lifted already, but I'm talking everywhere.
Yeah. I want to. That is tough. Like I said, like
There's got to be one
Like-
place you want to go on vacation next.
there's a lot of places. Like I want to go back to Okinawa. Like my parents used to be stationed in Okinawa at one point in time, so I had a chance to go there. I've been to Paris. Like I would love to go back to Paris as an adult and be able to appreciate it in a different light.
Yeah.
And I went back. I think it was 06 or 07. I went to France.
Weren't you still an adult?
I mean, I was, but 17 years old. You know what I mean? Like, it's different when you're coming out of high school, going into college, and what you're looking for when you're walking through the Louvre
Mm-hmm.
versus when you're a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and
Little?
you're going. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say?
What?
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 Huh?
Huh? What?
No, like when you what? When you get your what?
What?
When you get a chance what? When you get a chance what? When you get a chance to actually appreciate it. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
different level of appreciation as you get older. Paris would be nice. I've never had like that Cancun trip. You know, every kid growing up, like, I want that Cancun trip where I can just go crazy and just go nuts and just go like Puerto Rico, Bahamas. Like, I've never had like, why are you making the face?
Maybe that's just an American thing, but I've never heard that from a Canadian.
I mean,
I've heard like
okay.
Hawaii or Cuba.
Okay,
but
okay.
not
So
a-
here's my thoughts on Hawaii, and this is being a military brat. I have come into a lot of contact with a lot of people that have lived in Hawaii,
Mhm.
and they say they mirror the same thing about people who live in Las Vegas. It's a great place to visit, but it's a terrible place to live.
This is for visiting.
I know, but for me, it's like if I'm hearing these things from people that I come in contact with, it makes me not want to visit it as much.
That's fair.
Because it's just like, all right, well, you guys are normalizing it for me.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like, oh, I can go to the beaches, I can go to Malibu, I can do this, that, and the other thing, and they're like, it's really not anything, and I'm just like, well, when you say it like that, you make a valid point. I would rather go here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would say like Puerto Rico. I've never been to Cancun. I would like to go to Cancun, and Paris.
Good answers. Cake or pie? Because I know you don't like cheesecake, which we're gonna
Okay,
scrap.
it's not that I
over.
don't like cheesecake. Cheesecake is just extremely overrated, in my opinion.
Agreed, but do you
Highly overrated.
will you eat it?
Yeah, I'll still eat it.
Okay.
If a turtle cheesecake, if it's turtle cheesecake, 1000%. Caramel, chocolate, pecans. Oh my god.
Oh, that one, yeah.
yeah, I'll eat the crap out of that.
Mhm.
But if it's like, oh, here's a cherry cheesecake, I'm just like, get it away from me. Like, just give me tiramisu. Give me an actual cake.
Yes.
Like I'm like,
Tiramisu is so good.
thank you. I'm like, tiramisu is where it's at. Cheesecake is overrated.
So cake or pie?
I'm still going cake.
All right. Favorite ice cream flavor?
So before my body decided to reject ice cream in every way, shape, and form, yes, I can't eat ice cream, dude. Like TMI, personal breakdown right here.
Uh-huh.
Me and ice cream
Every
don't
end.
get along well. Well, not every end, just one specific one, and it's just
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't say I'm lactose intolerant. I'll
You're
just say
lacking
that the
toast
people.
intolerance.
No, I just think that the people around me are intolerant of the times that I have lactose. like, 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 that's the best way I could possibly say that.
Fair.
So I would say back when I used to eat a lot of ice cream before I got older, Rocky Road.
You know, I've never had
Rocky
somebody
Road.
take so long to answer what their favorite ice cream flavor was.
I can't just answer it like, yeah, I mean, immediately. I got to think about it. Like, I have to say Rocky Road.
That's fair. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
No.
Damn. On a scale from 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
I'm really freaking good.
If you say a 10, you're lying.
I didn't say a 10.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I just said I'm really good.
But no,
Okay,
no
like
number?
8 or 9.
That's fair.
If I'm in like an electric chair and they're willing to like threaten me like Guantanamo Bay, yeah, I'm giving up everything.
Yep.
That's everything is gone. Like, but I'm not a snitch. Like, if it's just like, hey, I'm not gonna say it. But if they're like torturing me, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
I
It's a
know
wrap,
what you
son. I'm letting people's governments out.
Yep.
Like,
Big
what you want the
dog-
last 4? Like, you get the last 4 of the Soch.
Big dogs or small dogs?
That's tough because I've been around some really, really friendly big dogs, and I've been around some really aggressive tiny dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been around some really aggressive big dogs. I've been chased by a really aggressive big dog, and I've been around some really, really cool tiny dogs. Can I get a medium-sized Dachshund?
I'll agree on a medium.
Okay, cool.
What is your favorite car?
1967 Shelby GT 500.
What color? There's only
Hmm.
one right answer to this if you want that car. There's only one
Silver
right
is a
answer.
good one. Silver is a good color. Black is a better color. With
But
I mean, I'm
you can't
gonna
tell
have
me
to.
blue with a white stripe is not the best color.
That's the stereotypical color.
But it's still the best. There's a
But
reason.
I'm not playing Forza over here. Like, I'm talking about my dream car. Like, if I'm playing Forza, then yeah, give me the default blue with the white stripe. But if you can give me like a matte black, or like
I feel like a matte wouldn't look good on it. Maybe metallic, but not matte.
I mean,
There's too many curves to that car for matte to look good.
that's true. That is true. But I still like matte black.
Fair. That's fair. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? It can have variants.
Steak and lobster.
Okay. Giving,
Surf and turf, baby.
giving or getting presents?
A giving. Hands down.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
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 This is a new question. I finally changed it after 40 episodes. It used to be how long can you hold your breath for? Now it's favorite video game series of all time.
I'm glad that you didn't ask how long can I hold my breath for, because I do not have the answer for that.
That's fine.
Like, that's such a like wait, what?
It was the one to throw people off. Like,
Yeah, that definitely is okay.
but we changed it. Favorite video game series of all time. Pretty sure I know the answer based on what you've said earlier.
If it's not Borderlands, it's BioShock.
Really? I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell, okay, so Splinter Cell had peaks and valleys
Yeah.
with their franchise. Like Blacklist, I wasn't a huge fan of. Just because I didn't like what they did with the co-op.
Yeah.
I feel like it relied too much on going back to the plane to start up the next mission. The gameplay was still cool.
Yeah.
But BioShock, something about BioShock and Borderlands. They're so special. Like there's no other game like it. Splinter Cell, you can say, "Oh, well, if I don't want to play Splinter Cell, I can play Hitman."
Yeah.
But you can't really do that with BioShock. Like you could try to compare like Fear,
Yeah.
maybe is kind of like the direction you could kind of go into, but what Ken Levine did with BioShock was just something that was, in my opinion, never seen before.
Yeah.
And the appreciation for a good story and twists and turns and the would you kindly, like the subtleties of it, all the way leading to BioShock Infinite, where it just completely blew your mind with the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, like it's so good. It's so good. And then of course Borderlands is, I feel like every game that they've put out has gotten better than the previous, and you don't see that a lot in
No, you
in
don't.
a video game franchise. Like Metro, I really liked the Metro franchise for a little bit until the most recent one. And the most recent one, I was just kind of, it didn't hit the same way.
Yeah.
But with Borderlands, like I'm playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland right now, and like
Jealous.
it just naturally gets better, and it
Yeah.
doesn't like force anything. It's just like you can say it in casual conversation. Oh, hey, the new Borderlands is coming out, and people will be like, "Oh, snap, that's right! Like, let me check it out."
Yeah.
Because it's not promoted, it's not overly promoted, where
It's
it's
not.
like every channel you turn on, it's a promotion for this, that, and the other. I don't know. I gotta say, BioShock or Borderlands.
I mean, I'll say Borderlands is very overexposed on Snapchat.
Oh, I
Like,
don't get on Snapchat. I mean, I have a
holy
Snapchat, but
fuck.
I'm not on there like that.
Yeah, no, when I'm like scrolling through somebody's story, I get an
Mhm.
ad after every story. It's always Dragon Adventure, baby! And that's
Oh,
all
I think
I hear.
isn't that like more based off your algorithm? Like, isn't that based off of
No!
like? Oh, it's not. I
Bro,
don't
I
know
get a whole
Snapchat
bunch
like
of
that.
fucking mobile games as well, and I'm like, I don't click on
Hysterical.
these. I don't care for them.
Play
I don't.
Clash of Champions.
No, it's all these ones that are like filled with ads and shit.
Mhm.
It's so dumb. It's a money grabbing game, but like I see
It's
Dragon
good.
Adventure, baby! And I'm like, for the
Well, it's
fifth
Tiny
time.
Tina. Tiny Tina deserves to be there. She's amazing.
That's fair. 5 more. At what age do you want to retire?
I never want to retire. I don't think you ever retire when you're doing what you love.
I can agree. You never work a day in your life, so how are you supposed to
There you
retire
go.
from work when you're not working?
There you go.
Dark or milk chocolate? If you tell me white
Dark chocolate.
I was about to say if you try
Well,
to say
white
white
chocolate is just it's not a flavor. Like it's being color mediated, and then it's like isn't it like fat of something? Like I don't know. Like
man.
somebody tried to educate me at work on white chocolate, and I was like, why are we having this conversation right now? How stoned are you, sir?
42.
Like when you make white chocolate, man, like a lot of times it's just like, what is going on right now?
LA or New York? Which one would you rather go to? I mean,
LA.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you've been to both.
I've been to LA, I've been to New York.
As somebody who's
LA.
been to New York recently, who lives in Toronto, yeah, New York is extremely
New York.
overrated.
Listen, New York is the Paris of America. It's beautiful, it's amazing, it's historical, it's disgusting, it's awful, but like it's New York. You know what I mean? And my dad's from New York.
Yeah.
So I have like my heart is in New York. Like
Yeah.
I have family there. I absolutely love New York. But because it's familiar for me and I'm always about something new,
Mhm.
like I would like to see what LA could do. I would like to see what LA could bring for me, and especially because I'm a music person. I'm a music person that's not from either coast.
Yeah.
So like if you're from New York and you're a music person, like you get love on the East Coast up and down.
Yeah.
If you're from Cali, from LA, like you get love up and down. When you're from the middle of Oklahoma City, you kind of got to pave your own way. You got to pave your own lane.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against New York. Like I said, I love the food in New York. If we're talking food, I'm moving to New York.
Their food's pretty good.
If
That was
we're
the
talking
only
food,
redeeming factor of New York. I'm not gonna lie.
like if we're
That
talking
Times Square.
like if we're talking food, I mean, even things to do. There's a lot to do in New York, but I feel like New York is, in comparison to LA, whereas LA is a little bit more modern. New York is its own entity.
Yeah.
It's its own, like it's its own personality. It's its own community. It's its own, like how it moves. Like it's its own thing. And I have nothing but love for the NY. But if we're talking about me, where I'm at right now in life, there you go. Like I love New York City, man. The history, the passion, the people. Like a lot of people are like, oh, New Yorkers are just so mean. No, I don't think so. You just don't get them. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You just don't. They're always on the go. They always have something to do, and there's never a dull moment in New York.
There's
And it's
never.
the city that never sleeps for a reason. However,
What
I am this.
I want to interrupt you there. When
Uh-oh,
I
what's
was
up?
there, homie, they were sleeping at 1 a.m. and I'm like, the fuck? Where's this
Bruh.
nickname? Like, this is a Friday night, Saturday night kind of thing. And I'm like, y'all sleeping.
Bruh,
Y'all sleeping.
that's me. I would have been asleep. Like,
No, I'm trying to go out. The only place that was open was this Korean, like, billiards bar that was on the 17th floor of a building. And they were open till like 3 a.m. And
Nova
I'm
said you
like,
caught us at a bad time.
hey, yo, Nova, I'm probably coming back at least one more time this year because my buddy is paying for my flight. They did for this one as well because I was on my way to Texas. They're like, come over to New York for 2 days. I'm like, all right, if you pay. And the guy sent me the money for the flight right away. And I'm like, okay, damn.
I have to ask you, what
Huh.
did you eat?
So first thing I tried was pizza. Didn't go
course.
to a great
Okay.
place for it.
So
though.
how big was the pizza? That always did. How big was the pizza slice? Did you fold it? And did you lift it and everything just kind of run off onto your plate?
So it was not a great pizza place. I'm going to state that off the bat. But
All right.
the slice was a pretty good size. I
Okay.
did fold it.
Yes.
I did let the grease kind
Yes.
of drip.
You
Right?
have
I
to.
know that.
But
I do know
okay,
what pizza in Toronto.
So the trick is, and here's the trick, and Nova, please correct me if I'm wrong. You always buy 2 slices.
Okay.
You always buy 2 slices. One to drip the grease off of, and one to catch the grease. So whenever you eat the second one, boom, you got more flavor, sir.
But like I wanted a good pizza place and my buddies didn't want to go to a good one. So we grabbed one that was
do
right
not
by
wanna
my
go to a good one?
Airbnb. Because they have it all the time. They're like, yeah, all pizza's the same. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not. It's definitely not.
Nah, we went to like this local shop that was like $2.50 for a slice, and I'm just like, I bet. I also had a
$2.50
chopped
for a
cheese.
slice ain't bad.
Hold up, I also had a chopped cheese.
Hey, you got that chopped cheese? Let's go.
It wasn't as good as people made it out to be.
Bro, that's East Coast all day. Okay, so there's one thing, hot take. To your point, when you're saying, "Oh man, I went there and it wasn't as good as I expected it to be."
Yeah,
That's how I feel about Philly cheesesteaks.
that's fair. I've actually
That's
never
how
had a
I
Philly
feel about-
cheesesteak. But now
So-
that I've had a chopped cheese, I don't know how I'm going to feel about a Philly cheese.
So like a Philly cheesesteak for me, because I used to live on the Northeast.
Okay.
And it's so weird. Every time I say Northeast, I always say it with an F. Like I don't think I
North-
don't think I've ever said, like, it's just weird. Like I've always said Northeast. I just think, like, because I've had a traditional Philly cheesesteak, when people were like, "Oh my god, bro, like a Philly cheesesteak, I can't wait to have one," and I'm like, you can, like, because it's Cheese Whiz, and I get where it's like appreciated in that area, but when you live in that area, it's just kind of like,
Eh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you had a chopped cheese. Like chopped cheeses are lit.
That was
Like,
actually no, that was the first thing I had. The pizza was
Okay.
second. So
okay.
my buddy was insisting. He's like, "Yo, chopped cheese with all these toppings on it." I'm like, "I ain't gonna
Hey.
get those toppings. I just want
Hey.
raw." Like, this is gonna sound wrong. Meat, cheese, bread. That's it.
That raw meat.
The raw meat, baby. Like, that's all I wanted. And he's like, "You're weird, but okay." And I'm like, "All right, give me
Yeah.
that." The one thing that shocked me the most out of everything is the fact that y'all sell beer in a convenience store, like
Hey,
just
let's get it.
everywhere, and I fucking love it.
Let's get it. So
Like-
they just living out in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is super, like, I love it out here.
Yeah.
I rep it. I rep it hard. Like if you ever listen to my music, like I rep Oklahoma City freaking hard.
Yeah.
But they're very strict on a lot of their, what's the best word I can use for this? They're extracurricular
Yeah.
laws.
Okay.
They're very strict.
And
So for-
Oklahoma, right?
Yes, in
Yeah.
Oklahoma. So for a while, they didn't, like, liquor stores wouldn't be open on Sundays.
Mhm.
Like clubs would close at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's Toronto right now, and it
Like-
fucking sucks.
Bro, it's super weird sometimes where it's like, you know what? Sometimes if you're up at 2 in the morning and you're hanging out, you want to go to the liquor store and get yourself a bottle of something.
Okay,
And
I
wanna
will
to the-
say liquor stores in Toronto, no matter what, close at 11 the latest. Right? Toronto is a piece of shit for this.
They just started selling wine in grocery stores.
That happened for us 5 years ago, and
Just
only
time.
some. Only some.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous because, well, I will say the one thing that kind of justifies it
Mhm.
is in Ontario, the province that we're in, like your guys' states.
Mhm.
We have what's called the LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. And it
Okay.
is the hardest liquor board to get any alcohol in the world
Why is that?
because of our mass amount of wine and craft beer.
So you guys just like OD on wine and crafts.
Everything is oversaturated to a fucking T. Right?
Can y'all send some of that down this way?
There's one seltzer in America called Happy Dad.
Never heard of
Right?
it.
It's made by the Nelk Boys. It's another YouTube group. And when I
Okay.
went down to America, my whole goal is to find out if it was in Texas, which it was, and to
Okay.
have it. And it's the best seltzer I've ever fucking had. And
Let me
that's not.
interject real quick.
Go ahead.
When you were in Texas, did you get any of Stone Cold's beer?
I did not because I didn't think about
Son
it.
of a...
I
Come
know.
on!
I'm sorry. I forgot he had beer.
You have to...
Bro, if I had his beer, I would have done it in a
You know what? I'm really
heartbeat.
surprised you didn't find that video. I actually have a video somewhere. I don't know whether it's
I
on
didn't
like
deep dive
Snapchat.
enough.
So, what's up?
I didn't deep dive that far.
Okay, so I have a video. It was after I released, I think, my first mixtape. I had a mixtape release party at one of my old apartments, and I made everybody go outside on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And they all had 2 beers, and we all, like, at midnight when I dropped my mixtape, we cracked the beers and then crashed it. It was awesome. It was so cool. But man, if you're in Texas, you gotta get Stone Cold.
Is it only
beer.
in Texas?
I think you can order it. I don't know. I think if you order internationally, you have to go to a different website, but I
Yeah.
feel like they do still send it. I got a pack
write it
around
down.
Christmas time.
I'm gonna write down, look
and
up Stone Cold International.
hey, do it. Because he just came out with a new one. He just came out with his American Lager. But yeah, I tried it for the first time, and it's not bad. It's a little bold. It's a little stout. It definitely has a more skunky aftertaste.
Would you say it's considerable to an IPA?
About as heavy.
About as heavy? Okay.
Now the
Interesting.
color is a little bit different. IPA is a little bit darker, depending
Yeah.
on the IPA that you go
Depending.
with.
Yep.
Yeah, but
This
it's
is
a little bit
lager,
darker.
like light.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little bit lighter. But it's still kind of a heavier beer.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I drank 2 of them, and I was like, man, my stomach is kind of full right now.
My stomach feeling funny.
Yeah, and well, not even. It wasn't like it was a buzzy. It was just like my stomach was like, man, I feel pretty full off this beer.
Yeah.
There's a few of them like that. Killian's Irish Red, I'll drink and I'll feel like full. It's like a red beer.
Yeah. We have one called
obviously
Rickard's Red.
Okay, so living in Oklahoma, there's a lot of like local breweries. Like you have a lot of IPAs out here that are Oklahoma made.
Yeah. Just like
Um,
Ontario.
Yeah, like you have Coop F5. You got Horny Toad.
Wait,
You have a bunch.
F5?
Like it's
Goddamn.
Oklahoma. We're
Th-
known for tornadoes,
That's
so
a
it's like
fact.
F5 is a tornado. So like they have a bunch of different IPAs that are manufactured here in Oklahoma. So I used to work at a burger joint.
Okay.
I worked the back of the house and I worked the front of the house. I used to cook the burgers, and then I used
Sell the
to like
burgers.
sell the burgers. So working there, one Sunday every month, we would have to go in Sunday morning. We would have to go in and we'd have to do beer tasting. If they changed up the tap, we would have to come in, our off day or not. It would be like 9 in the morning. They would call us in and we'd be like, hey,
good though.
bro, it is, but it isn't, for 2 reasons. It is because if you were off that day, you had to wake up super early to go into work to drink beer. Not a bad deal.
Was it paid?
However, yeah, you had to clock in. So, however, hold
Get
on,
paid to
time
drink
out.
beer.
If you had to work, oh my God, it was the worst thing ever.
No.
Because you're literally, bro, you're drinking. Okay, so I'm going to put this into perspective.
Go
for you.
ahead.
Okay.
No matter how
Sunday
much you say,
mornings.
this sounds like a good thing.
It sounds like a good thing until Sunday mornings at a burger joint. There is a consistent, and anybody that's worked in the food industry will appreciate this and understand this. Sunday mornings, I'm Medea now. Sunday mornings are sometimes the worst mornings to work because you get, and this is nothing against the church, you get the after church crowd.
I've never experienced that because the food place that I worked was Saturday mornings at 5 a.m.
Boom. There you go. So when you get the after church crowd and you're a little bit buzzed
A little bit?
and you're trying to like take people's orders and they're like, Jesus is watching you. And I'm like, oh God. Okay.
I hope
Do
he
you want
wasn't
that
earlier.
medium? Do you want that medium well? Like, I'm too drunk for this right now. Like, how do you want your fries? Like, do you want salt or no?
You know what's funny? That is by far the longest time that we've spent on a question that I've
Right.
actually ever spent on a question. But it doesn't pass my record. I've been on this segment for 45 minutes before with somebody.
Let's go.
We-
You know what I mean? Like,
I enjoy
don't know.
talking about these. This is why I have them.
Yeah.
Because conversations can just spark left, right, and
Of course.
center. We talked about LA versus New York, and we then went on to Philly cheesesteaks and chopped
Mhm.
cheese, and now we're talking about working drunk at a burger joint
That's the
on a
beauty of
Sunday
it.
morning. This
That's
is
the
why
beauty
I
of it.
fucking love the podcast, dude. And like
that's a podcast though. You know what I
It
mean? You're
is.
not doing a presentation. This isn't a high school presentation
it's
where
not.
it's just like, this is an interview. Here's the principal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, we're just
Shooting
hanging
the
out.
shit.
We're just chopping it up.
2 more questions. What's your favorite clothing brand?
Oh, I don't have one.
Really?
Yeah, I really
What
don't.
do you find yourself wearing the most right now, then? Homie, you could say Nike because of all your shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I also have Adidas too. Yeah, I mean, I have Reeboks. Like, I'm not biased when it comes to. Yeah, I mean, I'm not biased. I have New Balances.
Bro,
Like, I'm
my
not-
nice shoes are Reeboks.
There you go.
Because I'm not going out and buying fucking like Jordans and, shit like that.
So I worked for Finish Line
the fuck
for.
is
It's a shoe store.
that? Okay.
It's a shoe store in America, in the mall. I worked there for 8 to 10 years. I did it. Started off as just like a regular associate and worked my way all the way up to store manager.
Heyo.
So like I've always had a love for shoes. And it started off as just like I just want to get shoes because it's the cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Until the price of shoes started going up, I was like, "Ugh, we gotta slow down. This is an expensive little addiction here. Like
Yeah.
it was it was just like, man, like I gotta slow it down a little bit. But I will say, like, I have my fair share of shoes. So if we're talking on that side, then yeah, by default, Nike. Just from my closet, Nike. I'm not the most, and I've embraced this. 1000% have embraced this. I'm not the swaggiest of individuals. Even like you can hear you can hear my music, and even my music is not like, oh, Givenchy this, you know what I mean, Balenciaga that. Like if I was to brag rap, I would be like, walking to the store in my Adidas, like you know what I mean. It just wouldn't work the same
Walking
way.
on my way to the clearance.
You know what I mean? Like, trying to get a sale. What you thinking? Like, it's just not happening. Like,
Look
so,
at my
like-
account and it's sinking.
right? Like,
You
I'm
gotta hit
just,
those
it's
bars,
just,
man.
but not even like, I just don't do like, I've always been about comfort.
Yeah.
I've never been about the flashy. I've never been about the swaggy. I've never been about the, hey, I'm wearing this to have you look at me, or hey, check out the. Like I'll be whenever it gets back to like performing and
Mhm.
all that stuff, I'll be on stage in some sweatpants, a fitted, and bro, and an all elite wrestling shirt.
Ayo,
Like that's just
it works.
that's just who I am. Like that's 1000% who I am, and I feel like to get caught up in a lot of the material things, I've never been that. Like
That's
I've
fair.
always like. If somebody looked at me, and this is gonna sound bad, it's like, "Oh, do you want a new pair of shoes or put money towards the CPU?" I'm be like, "Put money towards the CPU."
CPU.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just put it towards that. Do you want a new pair of kicks, or do you want 3 wrestling shirts? Give me 3 wrestling shirts. I mean? Like-
Okay, well, I'm
like,
gonna
no,
stop
like-
you there.
Because I already have a bunch of kicks. So it's like for me,
I
I'm
got
just like,
2 pairs.
yeah, I mean, I already got a bunch of kicks, so it's just like, you know what I mean? Just give me a couple wrestling shirts. Like,
Remember, you're talking to somebody who lives in Canada, where it snows
Yeah.
a lot. There's a lot of hail. There's a lot
That's
of
true.
slushy roads, and
Yeah, you
all
can't.
your black shoes that you wear during the winter get scuffed with salt.
hey, Fresco, shout out T-Mac. My man
Ooh.
said T-Macs were the best b-ball shoe, just so y'all know. Yo, T-Macs, I had a pair of T-Mac. I had TM2s, I think. I had the T-Mac 2s.
Y'all are roughly
originally.
the same age, except he's got 4 kids he can't pull out of a Walmart parking lot. Final question. On a scale from 1 to
Dang.
10, how good are you at trivia?
Depends on the trivia.
General knowledge, random facts.
2.
We'll find out later on the final segment of this podcast.
2. 1000% 2. Like, he said
Uh,
can't or won't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I secretly had a fourth moment from your from your streaming that might be a few of your viewers' favorites. I know it's one of them, and they are the one that told me about this.
Oh, so you message people individually? You're giving away your secrets now.
Totally not.
You're giving away your
Oh,
secrets
I
now.
always say it at some point in the podcast. Just to
Are
let
you
know.
familiar with Nardwar? Yeah, you are.
You're welcome.
That's what okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were
So-
both on the same page here.
So I have no proof that this ever happened,
Okay.
but apparently you're really good at doing a Mickey Mouse impersonation, especially playing GTA RP.
Yeah. So, okay, what happened with this was I'm not embarrassed of the story by any means. It was something that happened and it was hysterical. And after the fact, like in the moment of, I don't even think I was embarrassed. I was just like,
Oh, I got told you were.
so
That's why I mentioned Mickey Mouse impersonation to see if you
At the
remember the
moment-
story.
at the moment I was just like, what is happening? But if anything, I just laughed at it. Like genuinely, like hindsight
funny.
2020, it's funny. So I was having a conversation with, at the time, somebody I was dating, and I was talking about one of the OGs of the Twitch world for me, Big J.
Okay.
And Big J, he just started up his own role playing for GTA. And this is at the time. And I was explaining that. And I was like, yo, I really want to get into this. And she was like, well, what is this whole GTA? And I'm just like, all right, so this is what it is. Like, you can create your own character. And I was like, so if I want to pull up and I want to be a thug Mickey Mouse, I'll pull up and be a thug Mickey Mouse. And I started being thug Mickey Mouse. And what happened was I streamed earlier that day.
Yep.
And when I streamed earlier that day, there were some technical difficulties where the stream shut down, like just completely just dashboarded.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? So I pulled it back up and I pulled it back up and I just continued the stream on like nothing was wrong. So with continuing the stream on like nothing was wrong, I'm thinking I'm going to close it out. Nothing's going to be wrong. So I guess when I closed out Streamlabs, somehow my audio was still being routed into it. It was still being routed into Streamlabs, even though I had like Zoom call pulled up.
Yeah.
I had a completely different app, completely different program pulled up. Somehow my audio was still going through Streamlabs and it was still emitting.
Through
Like,
Zoom.
even though in my mind I was offline, I pressed all the buttons and everything.
Yeah.
I guess in Streamlabs, I was still going live. So there were people, mainly my mods, who were, I guess, in the stream and they clicked on my name and they saw that my stream was still going, even though in my mind, I shut everything down.
Yep.
So my audio was still pushing through there. So a couple of my mods, like they were messaging me on Discord, on Instagram, on everything like, yo, check your stream. It's still live. And I'm like, not even paying attention to it.
You're going like,
And then I decided to check my phone and I was like, wait, what?
why do I got
and then I
97
just, like-
notifications?
Right? If anybody, like, I think Nova was in there or Nova might have heard it. And I know Kiana was in there. I think Josh was in there. There were a couple people that were in there. And I remember being like, yo, that'd be crazy if they heard us or something right now. Because I heard an alert. That's what it was. I heard an alert from my stream go off. And I was like, why am I hearing alerts from my stream? Like, cause you're not thinking. I'm like, is
Yeah.
this haunted? Am I dying right
busted?
now? What is going on? And I even said jokingly, like, what if my stream's still going? And then I checked my phone and they're like, yo, you're still alive. And I'm just like, oh shoot. Hold
I
on.
bet you've never clicked end stream so fast in your
Well,
life.
the funny thing is, nothing was open. So I had to reopen different stuff and start like closing different apps and stuff out. And finally, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to hop off this call. I'll call you on my phone because I was playing Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was playing Resident Evil 7 at the time. And I was just in a chat. I was in a chat with her. And yep, that's what happened.
So is there any
That-
other impersonations you found out you could do since this story? Big shout out to your
I don't
mods, by the way, for all these stories.
I don't do good impersonations. That's the thing about it. I've fully embraced the fact that I do the we have this blank
We have this at
impersonation
home?
at home. Yeah, like if somebody's like, do Cat Williams, I'm like, excuse me, pimpin'. What are we talking about over here? What we got going on? Metal Dad's over here in chat talking about, dude, I did that once. I rated out and forgot to hit stream. Pimpin', pimpin', pimpin'. Like it's just terrible, but I embrace it.
But it
is
works.
what it is. Exactly.
Is there any that you
works
feel
for
like you're
the time being.
confident with, though? There's got to be one.
There's really not though.
Really?
Yeah, like it's the same way with me and trivia. It's like I don't know a lot about one thing, but I know a little about a bunch of things.
And I feel like that's going to push you to a record on tonight's trivia.
That's terrifying. T-Pain, Captain Smarty Pants from God. I'm trying to, what?
I don't know, man. But your community has clipped a lot of your highlights and funny moments as we've gone over here.
They're
Look,
amazing for that.
It's
They're
always
absolutely
fun to
amazing
go
for that.
back and just
Yeah.
like, reminisce on it. And
They don't
just-
know it, but I go back. I will go through my Twitch and I'll go through all my clips and I will just watch some of them and I'll just laugh.
Hey, fun fact for anybody who didn't know this, Vegas losing against Gravity, he clipped it himself. Fun fact.
Did I?
You clipped this clip. That right here. You clipped this.
Before you get on out of here, Day,
That doesn't
I
surprise me.
would just like to remind
Like,
you
of course,
that
I haven't
am
zoomed into
still
just
our
your webcam.
predictions
That
champ,
way we don't have just your whole
reigning,
stream up here
defending,
right
Right?
now.
undisputed.
But I figured I'd pull up you. Look
Oh,
at the
I
Fall
remember
Guys duck.
Nova's turducken. Oh, I miss Nova's turducken.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Breaking stuff. World.
See,
heavyweight.
what I tried to do, I tried to hit an elbow drop. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
There was-
on the
there was-
air.
There was something behind me, and I was like, you know what? And I just hit that elbow drop.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I think I got it though.
We'll go with that. But
I think I got
something
it.
that doesn't get clipped in your community, but rather quoted, is quotes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
My
I have a
community
lot of
knows.
quotes.
My community knows that we have exclamation point quote, and then my mods can actually add quotes said by myself or other people
Oh,
on the
wow.
stream. And if
Okay,
you do
very cool.
exclamation point quote, anybody can do it. It'll pull up a random quote. I think we have like 20 or something like that.
Jesus.
But
Just
I
20?
went through your quote section in your Discord,
lot.
and I pulled my favorite 3.
That's terrifying.
And I want you to describe, if you remember, what happened for you to say these exact quotes.
Okay.
Now,
you're
it's
asking a lot from me. I'm gonna
I
say
am.
you're asking
I
a lot
am.
about my memory, and I've always been straight up like I don't have a great memory.
You've been perfect so far. What do you mean?
I don't like so. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you continue.
My first one is show me your giggity bits.
Show me your giggity bits. I think okay. So Angel Girl goes back to her. I've put anytime somebody donates 69 bits, they hear the Quagmire giggity. Yeah,
Yep.
giggity. I don't know where exactly the show me your giggity bits came from,
Okay.
but I feel like it was one of those awkward at night, late night streams where I was just like super delirious from lack of sleep and was just like,
Are you sure it wasn't?
no, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that.
Pretty sure. Still a
Yeah.
chance.
I don't really drink on stream like that.
You did today.
I did, but that was a special occasion because I had to get ready for this because I wasn't
Are you done
ready.
your glass yet?
Like, I mean, it's the never-ending glass of. It's like Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter. Like you pour the butterbeer and then you finish it, and they're
Yes.
like, "Wait, you want another one?"
Yep.
It just goes right back up.
So you don't 100% remember where giggity bits comes from.
I don't.
Okay. Fair. Second one.
Okay.
If it wasn't for your nuts, Cam, I don't know where this community would be.
Okay. So Cam Pro.
Oh,
big,
Cam
big-
Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, big time part of the stream. I got nothing but love for Cam. Cam's amazing. She would always, and literally, I'm gonna totally put Cam over right now. Cam's timing is the absolute best. I have Command D's, and it says, "Ha, got him!" like the D's nuts thing.
Yeah.
And bro, like, it doesn't matter. If I'm saying something, if the game is saying something, I will literally just be in conversation and will say just something completely innocent.
Yeah.
And then she'll just come in with the perfect. There's nothing better. Like literally the timing is immaculate. I don't know how she does it. There's a science behind it. She is trained by Professor Trolleyzz Xavier. I have no idea how she's able to do it. It's a mutant power. But I will say something completely innocent, and she'll drop these nuts, and I'm just like, that was not what I meant.
I mean, it's pretty
Like,
good though.
and it was one of those things that she's it's her thing. She has her own emote. If you're a tier 2 subscriber, I think you get access to Cam's nuts. You get access to Cam's nuts. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, just like I said it. Mm-hmm.
How much is a tier 2 sub? Hold up.
I said, how much is a tier 2? Yeah,
Wait,
she has her own
that's
emote.
it? Oh.
She has her own emote.
Oh, shit. Patrick, thank you for the raid. I know I don't acknowledge many things during the stream. All the alerts are off. I apologize. This is going to be in the podcast. I'll
Badger,
talk about it after. Stick around for a little bit. The third quote.
Mhm.
My tie has balls on it.
Okay, so there was
This
one
is
time.
my favorite one because I need context.
Okay, my tie did have balls on it. So I don't remember exactly what the lead up was and what caused the statement, but I know I had a tie on. And the
Okay.
tie that I had on is a sports tie. And it has a basketball, it has a football, it has a baseball, it has a bunch of different things. So I don't remember exactly why I had it on.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember showing it off because I was very proud of that tie. And I was being like, hey, look, guys, my tie has balls on it. It's not as fun as I explain it. You were hoping for a better story.
I was hoping literally for something like in game. You Photoshop some nuts on your ball or on your tie. I was just wait. I was waiting for something
Didn't do
like
that.
But
just
nope.
100% was like, hey, my tie has like basketballs, and was it? It was commentary. Okay, so Nova's racking my brain. We were doing commentary for Awkward Alliance Wrestling, which is a thing that we used to do for WWE 2K19. Everybody kind of was a manager. Everybody in my community was a manager for one wrestler, and we would they would build their feuds in Discord. They would build their feuds. They would talk junk to each other. Oh, so-and-so, Tommaso Ciampa's going to take out Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns can't face Samoa Joe. Oh, Charlotte Flair is going to beat Becky Lynch. And everybody managed their own wrestler. So then we would set up the match card, and we would sim it. And I was Awkward Pierce, and Nova was Nova Deville. So we were the GMs. And we would do commentary, and I had a tie on for commentary, and my tie was the sports tie, and it had balls on it.
Do you know Kirby CWL? Check him out. Because if you're talking about you did like wrestling commentary, he literally commentates for Booker T's Reality of Wrestling.
Oh, that's amazing.
He did just stop streaming on Twitch, but he still does it on YouTube. I can send you the link if you want. Nova knows Kirby.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like
send me that link on. Send me that link.
You would love him because you guys like could nerd out about wrestling till the cows come home. Genuinely.
Okay. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
But something that a lot of us know that you are good for, besides saying some random quotes and fighting the air. I mean, I wouldn't say you're good at that, but you're good at rapping. Right? We talked about this a little bit. You brought it up a couple times.
I mean, that's subjective.
Shut up. Your current YouTube channel. It's all about you rapping, creating songs, and it still blows my mind that you are literally the official rapper for Chugs. Adam Cole, baby. For people that don't know Chugs by his Twitch name or his nickname.
Yeah.
Right? You briefly touched on it.
Privileged, fortunate, blessed to be able to be in that opportunity.
Recap on how that came to be.
It was just off the whim. So like my community knows this because I've talked about it a bunch of times. It started so random. I was in Chugs' stream. So when I first started streaming, as a fan of wrestling, I heard about other wrestlers streaming.
Yeah.
So I was like, I Googled. I was like, wrestlers that stream. And I got Xavier Woods. I got AJ Styles. I got I don't think Dakota was streaming at the time.
Dakota Kai.
Eventually that happened. I'm sure you're familiar with that whole thing. That happened later. You're not familiar with that. Okay, we'll talk.
All right.
We'll talk in a second about that. But I was just Googling different people that streamed.
Yeah.
And I got very interesting ones, you know what I mean? People that were a part of WWE at one point, who did stream at one point, who don't stream anymore. You know what I mean? Just all those different things.
Yep.
But WWE had a very strict policy on that.
One of the main ones
Um,
everybody knows is Paige.
Paige was another one. Lana,
Yep.
Miro.
Yep.
A lot of people were able to, and WWE, they had their own thought process. We'll
Yep.
just say with that. So Chugs was streaming, and I popped into his stream. And at the time that I popped into his stream, he was talking about music. And I feel like I was in his streams before that,
Yeah.
but this was the first one that I actually was like, I want to chat. I want to talk. I want to say something.
Mhm.
And I would always hop in his stream. Actually, for a fact, I was in his streams before that because I was always popping his streams, and he would always play Borderlands at the time. So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, what up, Loot Master? And he started like associating that with me. And was like, oh, Vegas is here. What's poppin'? Like, just because I would always acknowledge him as Loot Master.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. So one day he was talking about music. And when people say, oh, I listen to hip hop, I'm not better than anybody else. But when people say I listen to hip hop, I always look like, all right, what kind of hip hop are we
Yeah.
talking? Like, my dad's from the Bronx. You know what I mean? I grew up listening to hip hop. Like, authenticated. Like, from the jump, like out the womb, I was listening to hip hop. And I'm like, all right, what is this guy gonna say? Is he gonna say like the mainstream, Travis Scott, Drake, Lil Wayne, DaBaby? Like, or what are we talking?
Yeah.
He started talking about Logic. He started talking about Tech Nine.
That's what I
And I'm
listen
like,
to as well.
whoa, whoa, wait a minute. You started talking about Joyner.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you are talking about people that like I vibe with. Like, you're talking my language right now. Yeah, I listen to Drake, I listen to Wayne, I listen to people like that, but it's like you're speaking to like my audience.
Yep.
Like Childish Gambino,
Yep.
Jaden Smith.
Bro,
like,
I need to show you my likes at this point.
bro, like you're talking about people that I vibe with. So like I was already like I was doing music, but I wasn't serious about it.
Yeah.
And like my dabble in music goes back, bro, like further than you would think.
Mhm.
It really does. Like where I first started music goes back way long ago. But when I started taking it serious is more recent than people would expect.
Mhm.
So he was talking about that, and I was like, let me put my own little dialogue in there. And he was talking about sriracha. I
Yeah.
put that on everything.
Sriracha.
Sriracha.
Yep.
And he was like, I like Joyner. He said, yeah, Joyner and Logic, they finally did a track together, ISIS. And he was
Bro.
like, he said they were beefing for a little bit. And as soon as he said that, I was like, this man knows his music.
Yep.
So I typed in the chat and was like, yeah, it was over the Sriracha track because Joyner felt like Logic was disrespectful for freestyling his track for Tech, and he didn't bring it enough. And he and me, Chugs, was like, that, what Awkward Vegas just said, that's exactly what happened. Do. And I was like, yo, there's something, like, you're a wrestler and you're a dope wrestler. And yo, shout out my homeboy Day Day for putting me on to Awkward Cole. Or to Awkward Cole, Jesus Christ, to Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Hey, Awkward Chugs, we have the track together. Go check it out if you haven't listened to it.
You do.
To Adam Cole, and he like shot to the top of my list of like favorite wrestlers. Just off of just wrestling alone. This was before I even knew that he streamed.
Yeah.
So just his character work alone, I was just like, boom, this dude is legit.
Yeah.
And then I found out that he streamed, and I was like, yo, this dude is even cooler. And then I found out that he liked hip hop, and I was like,
It's gotta
can
be
we
the
be
right
best friends?
hip hop. But
I
yeah.
was like, can we be best friends? Can this happen? So like just listening there, and I was like, hey dude, hypothetically, if I were to send you a track, how would I get it to you? And he responded, hey, just send it to Discord. And I was like, bet. And when I say the first track,
Hey, your first track became his channel trailer.
Exactly. And it maybe took less than 48 hours to put together. I was just like, I found a beat. I found something that I liked. And I was just like, how can I make something dope? And I sent it to him. And I remember the message that I sent to him. I was like, hey bro, like, I just decided to put something together. Let me know if you vibe with it. whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm not expecting him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's be
It's
real
him.
here, bro. It's Adam freaking Cole, baby. Like, I'm not expecting him to listen to it, let alone read the message until he did. And there was one thing about the exchange that I just like, I've never been like before, but when he was like, dude, I can't get the song to play. Like, he sent me a message. He was like, man, for some reason I can't get it to play. And I was like, oh crap.
Oh no.
I was like, I messed up. I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, and I messed up. This is the universe saying this ain't it.
Mhm.
And then he was like, as before I could respond, he was like, oh, never mind, I got it to work. And I was just like, oh crap, he's gonna listen to it now. Like, it went from excitement to like, oh shoot,
It's
he
actually
about to
happening.
listen to this. Yeah. And then he listened to it and he responded like almost immediately and was like, oh my God, dude, this is freaking awesome. Like, this is, he said, do you mind if I share this? And I
Yeah.
was like, sure, of course. I've never sent my music to one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can share something I put together in less than 48 hours. I feel embarrassed about this. And the community just completely accepted it. And that right there was kind of a it was kind of a beacon. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that dare to be something that we always look for as creators, as that we always look for as artists, that we always look for as entertainers. It's not so much that we look for reaffirmation or we look for somebody to be like, "Oh, pat me on the back, that was really good."
Yeah.
But we just look for not let me rephrase it. We don't look for reaffirmation in the product. At least I don't look for reaffirmation in the product. I'm going to put out the product no matter what.
Yeah.
I look for the reaffirmation that there's longevity in it.
Yeah.
Because when you're taking a risk and you're allowing yourself to kind of just put yourself out there. You're allowing yourself to be sensitive to what you're doing and to allow yourself to say, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. And I've always been very close to the chest with my music. I've always been very sensitive about my music. And just like any artist should be, you should be sensitive about what you do because that means you're taking it serious.
Yep.
From a painting, from film, from music, from art, just as a whole, whatever you classify your artwork to be, it's okay to be sensitive about it because it's you. It's a representation of you on track, on TV, on film, on canvas, whatever it may be. It's a representation of yourself.
Yeah.
So the fact that he accepted it and it was so cool to entertain somebody that entertains millions. Like
And
I've never had that before. I've
Yeah.
never experienced that before. I've never seen that on my level before, to have somebody that is entertained by something that I've done before. And he entertains millions of people on a weekly basis across countries all over the world. To be entertained by me, it was not only refreshing, it was humbling. It was very like, dang, like this is something here is special.
Yeah.
Something here is really cool and something here is very, very special. And thinking about it and thinking back on it and talking about it, it's very cool. It's very cool, and it's something that I'm happy that I did. I'm happy that, and not even just because the outcome.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I did it because of the relationship and the interaction that I have with him now. And he's genuinely a nice person. He's genuinely a genuine person. And he's not somebody, he's not coming to me and he doesn't ask for anything from me. He
Yeah.
doesn't. And I do it because I love to do it. I really, really do. So it was taking a risk on myself
Mhm.
and sending something to somebody that, shoot, I didn't know he could have buried it in his inbox and never saw it again.
Really could have.
But man, like, I don't know. It was just such a unique experience. Such
Yeah.
a very, very unique experience.
And like with you doing all of that now, you've had Adam Cole on a fucking song with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that
that's
was cool.
insane to think about.
It really is. Like, and I still listen to this song today. Um, and I'll listen to it, and it's almost surreal. Like, it really is. It's almost surreal. And as somebody that's been so like closeted about his music, and somebody that's been so like to the chest
Yeah.
about it, like to put myself out there is it was always looked at as, will people take this serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like a little bit of insight about me. Like my mom was a youth pastor. She's finalizing her PhD in human resources and workforce management. My dad's 30 years Air Force. So like I have experiences on my own that are not necessarily like the pathway that they would choose,
Yeah.
but like with parents that have like that kind of outlook, it's very walking on glass when it's like, "Hey, I want to be a rapper." Or, "Hey, I want to do this." And well, there's this that you can do. And it's like, this is what I want to do though.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like having that validity and having that solid like support system was important for my own internal.
Mm-hmm.
Because like once there was traction, and there was like a relevancy that was there, and there was a following that's growing,
Yeah.
they were able to look at that, and they were able to see that, and they were able to appreciate and accept it, because they were able to see things in real time. They were able to be like, oh man, like this was something that we weren't fully for, but this is something that A, makes you happy. B, you're doing something that's kind of against the grain, especially when it comes to rapping about music video, or about wrestling and
Yep.
music and video games, and yeah, I mean all these different things. It's kind of a niche crowd.
Yeah.
And for them to be able to kind of see the immediate responses, it kind of like eased me a little bit to where it's like, this is comfortable. Like I can do this. Like this
Yeah.
is cool. So it was a lot of different emotions, a lot of different things at once when I did send it to him, and then him ending up on a track, like, and listening to it and being like, yo, this is Chugs. Like I was able to get Chugs on a track for his community, and I think the coolest thing was watching his community respond to it, not for me, but for him,
Oh yeah.
because that's out of his comfort zone. This is somebody that, yeah, he entertains millions, but can you name another track that he's been on? You can't. So for him, like that's even a step into a weird pond. That for his community to respond, not for me, be like, oh, this is Vegas. No, for them to respond for Chugs, dude, I was so elated for him,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so excited for him that I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like it was so awesome. It was so freaking cool.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. And like you talk about Adam Cole being a person who's entertained millions. I'm gonna hit you with a funny fact here.
What's up?
What is your most popular song?
Oof.
Without looking.
I have no idea.
Where to party?
I don't really look at views.
That's fair,
Like,
right?
I do, but I don't. Like, I'll look at them and I'll glance at them, just because I feel like for me, as somebody that's still up and coming, like I will always put myself in that position. I will never look at myself as there.
Yeah.
I'm a there artist. No,
Yeah.
I'm 1000. I will always be up and coming in my mind, because I feel like I always have something to prove, not to anybody else, but to myself.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like I have a hump to go over, and that's what keeps me driven. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me pushing in the right direction. Is because it's like I know I need to be better than what I just previously put out.
I mean, it is about drive and power. So
It's about
yeah.
drive. It's about power.
Yeah,
We stay
exactly.
hungry. We devour.
Put in the work, put in the hours. Take what's ours.
Take
But
what's
I'm gonna hit
ours.
you with a
Oh,
funny fact here.
okay.
With Where the Party At being your
Where the
most
party at?
popular song,
Probably out where Cloudy at. Hit you with that. Sorry. Reverse. Put you where you started at.
across all platforms,
'Kay.
how many views do you think it has? Or how many
I have
listens?
no idea.
I want you to take a wild guess.
I'm gonna say 1.2.
What if I told you, and watch Discord here, that Twitter alone has over 100,000 views?
That's
your
a snippet,
song
though.
with the music video.
Yeah, it's a snippet.
Yeah, but that 2-minute
Yeah,
snippet has
insane.
108,000
Freaking insane.
views.
That is nuts.
So you want to talk about a hump that you got to get over? I just gave you one.
That's insane to think of. I didn't even know that, bro. Like this smile is genuine. Like red wine lips and all. Like I'm over here looking like my lip gloss is popping. My lip
Oh, it
gloss
is.
like,
My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is
like,
cool. I get it.
yeah,
Don't worry.
like that's insane. Like to think that it has that.
108,000
That's wild.
currently.
That's crazy. But the thing about it is like that's all love to the party. Like that's all love to Claudio, to Breeze, to Chugs, to Creed. That's everything to them for what they've built, what they've created. And if I can be half of that, you know what I'm saying? Like I've done something.
Yeah.
Because those 4 dudes are so genuine. They're so like their community, that's a part of their life. And their community feels like they're a part of their lives as well.
Yeah.
So like that's like all shout out to those guys. Like that's like it's I don't know. Like it's I'm still contemplating. I'm still processing the 108 because I really didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it worse for you to contemplate or to like actually take in.
Mhm.
Top selling artists concerts hit about 50K.
That's wild.
So
That's- I mean,
imagine 2
that's
of
crazy.
Drake's concerts have listened to your rap about where to party at.
That's insane. That's insane to think about.
Bro,
Like,
you fucking
and-
deserve it. And this is only the
And
beginning.
no, I mean that. Like I said, that's all love to Chugs, to Breeze, to Claudio, to Creed. All they did was create an amazing platform. They created an amazing outlet for people to go to have fun, to laugh, to be themselves, to enjoy, to spread positivity, and for me to even be a fly on the wall for something like that, you know what I mean? Even just making a song randomly, like that's insane. Like that's absolutely insane.
It's all
Like,
deserved as well, dude. Like I genuinely mean that. Now,
I appreciate that.
to get out of the little sappy stories because you're
Oh.
still sipping on your wine, I got 2 last things to talk about,
Okay.
right? Looking into the near future.
Shout
what
out
I-
Charlie Girl as well.
What I want to see from you
Mm-hmm.
is a new cosplay. Now, a
Mm.
lot of your community knows you have the lucha masks, the luchador
Mhm.
masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wear them on special occasions or if they get redeemed through channel points. But
Senor Cuardo.
with a lot of your community here, I want you to put it out in the air right now. What do they have
Putting
to
it
do
out.
to get you to do a Dora cosplay?
I will never do a Dora cosplay.
Why are you never going to do a Dora cosplay? Because you look fine as hell here.
I know, but Dora doesn't need facial hair.
Then shave it. What does the
I mean, I'm
community
not- okay,
have to do
I'm
to
not
get
I'm
a
not
Dora
good with
cosplay?
maps. I'm not good with maps.
Because here's
Or
the thing.
backpack.
I'm offering here. When I come down to meet you one day, I'll be the backpack that your whole community thinks I am. So what do we gotta do to get you into a Dora cosplay? And better yet, I come down to OKC or wherever the fuck you are.
I'm
and
not
I will
even
be the
listening to you
backpack.
right now. I'm staring at this Reface app. I'm staring at this freaking picture. That's a sexy ass Dora.
So like, what do we gotta do to get this going on right now?
I mean,
what's
all
the
right.
goal?
Let's look.
Any
Hold on,
goal?
time out. Let's look at the gear first. Let's look at the gear. I can't do the wig. I can't pull off.
Yeah,
the
you
wig.
can.
However,
I can literally
listen,
bring you the
I
wig.
was rocking pink polos when Kanye was doing College Dropout. So pink polos ain't nothing.
That ain't a polo though. That's a button down V cut.
Listen, it's a pink polo in
No,
my opinion.
you're showing off some.
I don't got no.
Yeah,
So-
you do.
I mean, I think my biggest issue, because I can rock a backpack. I can rock a mean backpack.
I mean,
did it
I'd
for
be
a
the
lot of years of my
backpack, so
life.
you just have to wear me on your
Um,
back.
Oh my god. I think the biggest thing for me, I don't look good in orange. I don't look good in orange. So the orange shorts would be. There's no orange on there.
You look spray tanned.
Listen,
this
I was
camera
trying to
lighting.
be a wrestler at one point. It was just bad lighting. It was just really, really bad lighting. I don't look good in orange. That's hysterical.
What's the goal?
I'm so stuck on this picture.
What's the goal?
I don't have a goal. I haven't put that much thought into
Follower,
it.
sub, partner. You need the next track to get 1 million. What do we need?
He said, "What do we need to get you as Dora the Awkward Explorer?"
So you already got the name. The branding's there.
God dang it. Why do I even? I'm just gonna shut my mouth. Someone needs to get Liddy to help us. That's hilarious. I don't know. You put me on the spot.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
no
putting
answers.
you on the spot because I want
I
the
have
first
no
real
answers.
answer. I want the real answer.
150,000 subs in a month.
Make it bits, and I bet it can happen. Make it bits, and I know it will happen.
Oh my god. I don't know if I could do that, dude. I don't know if I could pull that off.
You can. You've seen me dress up as a Teletubby, Tina, and a maid. You could pull this off.
So the fact that you dressed up, we need to talk about that as well. Dr. Mill said you pulled the waxing strip
Oh, yeah.
the wrong direction.
So, yeah, you're supposed to pull up. I pulled down.
Why would you do that?
Because against the grain.
You know what? I accept it.
You know what the worst part is? Pulling up is against the grain. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, is it?
Pull
I've
against
never
the
waxed
hair.
my legs before.
You're supposed to pull against the way that the hair grows, and the hair grows downwards. So me pulling downwards is worse.
Does it hurt more, or is it?
I've done it twice.
You've done it twice?
And it potentially will be coming back in May.
Okay, so if you guys don't already follow this person, if you're in here and you don't follow Trolleyzz, just off of that alone, he's gonna do it again to get it right. You already have them. God dang it. Okay, let's not lie to the people. You do this on a Tuesday.
They're scented.
You don't need subs to do this.
They're blueberry scented.
Why are they scented?
I don't know.
Do you want your regret to smell like blueberries?
Yes!
Like, I want my regret to smell fruity. Like,
That's the point.
I want my regret to smell like a Bath and Body Works lotion.
Bro, who wouldn't? All right.
I mean, I would rather not my regret to smell at all. Like, I just rather not have regret.
I just realized how long we've been going for. I got 10 minutes.
Oh,
I got
do
one
you?
last thing
Nice.
to talk about, then we got trivia.
What's up? Okay.
I want to wrap everything up to where we are currently.
Bet.
And literally, you added this last segment because of your stream today. You
Okay.
brought up your checklist.
Yes, I did. How
And
did you get that so quickly?
Anyways, I want you to go one by one why you added these onto your checklist. Some are more simple than others,
Of course.
but I want you to go through like what each one of these meant to you to add it as your checklist.
First off, I'm
for
going to
this
need you to
month.
get off your CNN, like,
Dun, dun, dun,
like-
dun, dun.
bro, like, intrusive, like, the heck is going on over here?
One by one. We got.
Hey
Beat
guys, I'm
Batman,
never
Arkham
posting
City.
anything if Trolleyzz is in stream. If I see Trolleyzz' little stream avatar pop up, which I actually stole from Trolleyzz,
Hey, best part. I didn't
I'm
even
not-
see you do this live. I went
I'm
back
not-
into your VOD because I saw last second like this go away, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I need that.
so I just made that yesterday.
Yeah.
I just literally put that together on Photoshop yesterday.
I figured
Yeah.
because you talked about it. I watched the whole
so
segment of that VOD.
Arkham City it's a game that we're currently playing, and we're trying to finish the Arkham series.
Okay.
We've played Arkham Asylum, we've played Arkham Origins. I'm pretty sure we played Arkham Knight. I don't remember if we played that all the way through on stream. I know we played it a little bit.
Okay.
But I've beat Arkham Knight, and Arkham City is the last one.
Okay.
So I just want to wipe my hands free with that. Another game to add. 2022 is all about beating series
Yeah.
for the Awkward Alliance. We're playing through a bunch of different like game series, and I want to beat a bunch of them. We played Uncharted, we played Last of Us, we're playing Batman. We're gonna move into Borderlands. We started with Borderlands 1. We're moving through that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tiny Tina's Wonderland is what I'm playing right now, so I want to beat that as well. The 12-hour stream, I mentioned in stream that might get pushed to May.
Yep.
Because I want to do the next 12-hour stream. I want to do is to be a charity stream.
Yeah.
So with it being a charity stream, I want to make sure that we're doing it for the right reasons. And if we're doing a 12-hour stream, I want to do what's called a save water, drink beer. So I think we're gonna do it for a clean water.
Yeah.
Making sure we can get clean water to places that don't have that. Yeah, I mean, they're not fortunate enough to get that.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to raise money for that. Like you mentioned before earlier, we've done Cancer Society, we've done Alzheimer's Association. So I want to make sure we do something for the Earth,
Mhm.
for what we currently live in. That's definitely important. Restart. Pardon my awkwardness. Pardon my awkwardness is my podcast. It was previously just a structured wrestling podcast. I'm in the process of rebranding and making it just kind of just an everything podcast, a myriad of topics from
Not
wrestling.
type strict.
Jesus. No, it's definitely going to be still wrestling heavy, but it's going to be everything. Put out Nerdy AF. Nerdy AF is the next mixtapes that's going to be dropping. Obviously, people have their particulars of what AF means. What do you think AF means? When I say Nerdy AF, what is
As
that?
fuck.
But in this situation, it's nerdy ass family.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a nerd in my own way. I feel like everybody's a nerd in their own way. Whatever that may, God dang it, whatever that may be, whatever that may be, you're a nerd. Whether you're a nerd about music, movies, video games, sports, your significant other, whatever it is, like you're a nerd. You're
Yeah.
a nerd for something. So we're just a nerdy ass family. I forget what else was on that list. What else was on that list?
1500 awkward
Reach
amigos.
1500 awkward amigos. Yo, shout out to everybody for all the support and all the love, because it's that follower count has been going up an insane amount. And I cannot say thank you enough for the love that they show. Even the days when I'm just a sleep deprived, annoying POS on stream.
Come on, say it.
What's up?
Come on, say it. What's POS
No,
stand for?
that's okay. So the thing about my stream, my
Uh-huh.
community,
Uh-huh.
I don't swear on stream.
Uh-huh.
My music, I'll it's my art form.
Oh,
I'll
I've heard
swear
you with
all
it.
up
10
and down.
seconds drop. Oh.
Bro, everything
Oh.
is there. It's my art form.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to stream, I like to keep it very open. You know what I mean? For anybody. I don't know. I could if I wanted to,
So
but
go ahead.
for me,
Right now, just one time.
no.
Real quick. Just drop a little
No.
fuck.
No, not gonna happen.
You telling me you don't fucking hate me for this one?
Listen, I'm not an angry person.
Okay, you telling me you wouldn't fuck yourself here?
No, it's weird. What a weird question to ask.
I don't know, man. For anybody who might be wondering what photos I pull up, make sure to tune into the stream. But 1,500 followers, the final part, Amazon Watch Party.
Amazon Watch Party. It's
This got
something
the
that
biggest reaction, by the way. I'm sorry to cut you off.
It did.
That got
bro,
the biggest
like
reaction from your community.
out of everything, it's like you would have thought like the 12-hour stream saving the earth would have been like, oh heck yeah. But
Nope.
the
Watch party.
the watch party, exactly. It's like watch party. Yes. Amazon. Gotta love it. Next day air. Right? No, like we did a couple of watch parties before, and I think we watched Gretel and Hansel. We have an inside joke, a shout out to Boulder Shoulders. We did a Train to Busan watch party, and we came up with nicknames for everybody in that movie, and that time was amazing. Anytime we do a watch party, it's always an amazing time. We watched a Stone Cold movie once. That was interesting. Yo, like shout out to Stone Cold for putting himself in
a
that
good movie.
situation. Like exactly, for putting yourself in that movie. But like it's watch parties are always fun.
Yeah.
They're always a good time. Just to be able to not have to worry about playing something and just switch it up and just enjoy it. It's cool. It's cool.
Is there any other goals that you haven't added to that yet that you want to put out there right now for your community to hold you accountable for?
I honestly, that was the whole thing about the list, and I think everything is on there because I've never been a list person, but I've seen how people
just made the
benefit from
list.
it. What's up?
You just made the list.
Oh my God, Jericho. I have that as a sound command. So the Killer, the guy in my community, Killer, he always does that, and I'm just like, what did I make the list for? I didn't do anything. But no, I feel like everything on there is a good goal to shoot for. I really can't think of anything else to add on there. The community's been awesome. The growth has been amazing. The support has been incredible. I'm ready to see what the next couple years, hold for us. The engagement, the connections that I've been making. I mentioned Dakota Kai earlier. Shout out to Charlie Girl. I did a track on a whim for her, and she ended up using it as her starting stream. So like that's super dope. You
That
know what I
is pretty
mean? Like
dope.
just opportunities that are starting to arise and starting to show up. And
Your whole chat's putting it. I'm sorry, Vegas the Explorer. Vegas. Vegas.
so guess what? I'm not streaming all next week. Deal with it. No, I'm kidding.
And we're gonna come back stronger than ever with Vegas. The Explorer.
I'm gonna explore some non-streaming moments. No, I'm kidding.
AKA delete everything that I've posted today.
Right. Oh my god. No, like I love everything that's going on right now. I can't wait to see, from the wrestling side of the community to the video game side of the community to the music side of the community to the podcast side of the community. I love how many things we have our hands in. It keeps me busy. As someone, and I don't really open up about this too much, but as someone that deals with different things mentally, emotionally, having a community of people that appreciate and accept what you do and who you are for you and what you do, it's important.
Yeah.
And I feel the love. I really, really do. Like, I've never been shy about it off stream, like dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, dealing with all those different things. That's something that I have fully accepted as a part of my life. But even though I've accepted that's a part of my life, it doesn't define who I am. And as I deal with those things on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and I fight through those things, like, and just like anybody that fights through those things, you always look for something to keep the smile on your face. You always look for things to keep you moving, to keep you motivated, to keep you busy. Because when you're busy and you're doing the things that you love, you don't worry about those things. They're there, but you're able to suppress them. You're when the depression rises and the anxiety builds, like, you find ways to try to hold on and push it down. And a lot of times those things are always easier when there are people that show that love around you, or there's an outlet for you.
Yeah.
All I did, and they know, all I did was I just started something on Twitch. The community builds it up. The people that are in the Awkward Alliance, they're the ones that make it what it is. All I do is press start stream. I press one button at the beginning of it, and I'm just myself. And they're the ones that accept me. They're the ones that grow it. They're the ones that build it, and they're the ones that keep me going. So from the opportunities that have been provided to me, that I'm super fortunate and I'm super blessed to have, from the community that's there, it means a lot to me. It really, really does. And whether they see it or not, like we talked about at the beginning, that is the time for me. Those are the moments for me. That is my decompression. That is my escape from depression. That is my escape from anxiety. That is my escape from those dark moments, those dark thoughts. And music has always been that for me. That's why I've never been ashamed of my music with what I put out and how I express myself. My community is as big of a piece of that. And Twitch is big. Twitch is huge for me.
So what you're telling me is, because your whole community, holy shit, Awkward Alliance forever, Vegas, you make me happy all the time. You go make me cry. You guys are fucking strong. This is why I love your community. And like every time I come in, y'all are above and beyond for me. Stop it. But what you're telling me is, with your mixture of love for the community and your love for music, when are we getting a diss track against Gravity?
I don't know if you'll ever get a diss track against Gravity. Gravity's not going anywhere. I can't diss Gravity. It's only going to fight me stronger. Like, all right, I'll go to the moon where Gravity is not as strong. It doesn't have as much backup. Like, if I go to the moon, Gravity ain't got a lot of backup. I can float around. I can be like, hey, Gravity, you a bit. No, I'm kidding.
No, finish that.
I had you.
Finish that.
Nah, but like, it's nah. You never get a diss track against Gravity.
Okay, what's more likely before we get into trivia?
What's up?
A Dora cosplay or a diss track against Gravity?
Diss track against Gravity.
Then, now we know what's happening. Keep an eye out. May the 4th, Because that is about Star Wars, and I don't know how that incorporates into gravity. I guess the Force. The
It's
Force is
space.
gravity. Space, time
Space, the
continuum. Yeah,
thing?
bullshit. Anyway. Vegas,
All right, what's this trivia?
You've been an amazing guest. Your community has been
I
fucking
appreciate you,
awesome,
brother.
controlling the chat and having just it seems like a blast with everybody in there.
This
I
chat is
got
awesome.
15 questions for you, and your
Okay.
community's gonna hate this. They cannot help you. Chat is an emote only.
All right.
I will be taking the first answer that you say confidently on every single question. You cannot
'Kay.
pass.
I'm going to get so many wrong.
That is perfectly fine. We're gonna go over all the answers afterwards.
Okay.
But like I said, first answer. If you say I don't know if it's this or this, I won't count it. But if you say it's this, and then you try to change your mind after, I'm not accepting that new answer.
Can I ask? Do you ask the same people, like different people, the same question?
Every question is the same except for the last 3, technically.
Okay.
So
And
there is 2 questions.
who has the highest number? Who has the most right?
I've had one perfect, but on this season 2 of trivia, it's 12 out of 16. So
And who
there's
got it
15 questions. I
How
can
did
tell you
Melmy do?
Where is she? 5 out of 16.
Okay.
But
I lurk in Melmy streams a lot, so like that's my
that's your connection.
That's my
So
that's my scale right there. That's my reference point.
I have 15 questions, 2 of which are catered to you, technically 3,
Okay.
and one of them has a bonus question to it. So technically
Interesting.
it is out of 16.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, absolutely not. But go
What
ahead.
sport did the Harlem Globetrotters play?
Basketball.
What is the highest grossing holiday movie of all time? And Harry Potter doesn't count.
Jesus. Are we talking like just Christmas movies?
Yes, but I won't be
Because
giving
there are
really
other
any
movies. I'm about to
hints.
say because Star Wars came out around December 22nd.
I am counting holiday movies. That's why I said Harry Potter
Is this
doesn't count.
DVD and VHS sales?
You are asking
just-
for way too many hints. This is the
Listen,
most popular across
Okay.
everything.
Christmas Story.
What does the term GPU stand for?
Something processing unit. Graphics processing unit or something like that.
Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear?
Van Gogh.
How many balls are on a pool table at the start of a game? Count it out with your fingers. I know
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
you're doing.
no. It's Ooped. 5, 4, 9, 3, 12, 2, 15. Excuse me, that's 14. 15? Is it 15?
Which animal breathes out of its butt?
Somebody got perfect on this?
This is the second wave of trivia. This is round 2, but this person has also gotten this question correct.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. How do you get this right?
Insects
Hippo.
don't count, by the way. Okay. What is a perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling?
300.
What is James Bond's preferred drink of choice?
Martini, shaken not stirred.
If you were born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign?
Oh. So I think Sagittarius stops at the 23rd. I don't know the one after that. So
I need an answer.
I don't know.
I need an answer.
Fudge. Aries. I don't know.
In what book series does Neville Longbottom appear?
Oh, Harry Potter.
What is the first element on the periodic table?
Aluminum.
When was the first iPhone released? What year?
Oh my God, 2004.
Adam Cole was
Baby.
a part of another faction with
Undisputed
Roderick
Era.
Strong called what? And a bonus point if you can name their third member.
I mean, it was Undisputed Era, but
Another faction.
another faction?
Another faction with Roderick Strong. It is not Undisputed Era. That's
Oh,
the
you're talking
only
about in
hint.
ROH. Oh my God. They weren't in Bullet Club together. It wasn't the Kingdom, because that was Matt Taven that he was in the Kingdom with. It's not the Undisputed Era. If it's not the Undisputed Era, you said another.
There is one other faction that him and Roderick Strong were a part of together with a third member. Name the faction and name the third member.
I can't.
Throw
I
a
don't
random
know.
guess out there.
Like it's not. Oh my god! I can't
the
think
only hint that I will give
of it. Okay.
is the fact that it was a faction that was not solely linked to one company. A bunch of indie promotions hired them as this faction.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Come on,
Like,
Adam Cole superfan.
I immediately go to the Kingdom, and I know it's not the Kingdom, and I know he had his with. Oh my god! I know he had Future Shock with Kyle O'Reilly.
That's not who I'm asking about, sir.
I know it. No, you're not. And I'm just like, I know it's Future Shock with Kyle O'Reilly.
You're gonna hate it, like if you get this wrong.
I'm gonna get it wrong because it's like Undisputed Era, the Kingdom, and Future Shock are all coming together. But I can't think of the one with. I can't think of the one with Roderick Strong. I can't think of it.
I need an answer.
Oh, Future Shock.
And who's their member?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Why is the Gunzerker in Borderlands so short?
Oh Jesus, I don't.
This is
To
lore.
handle recoil. I was about to say to lure and handle recoil. I don't know.
Where can people go to find your Twitch?
Oh,
What
that's
is
a
your
great
Twitch
question.
link?
That's the toughest question.
I
out of all of
know.
them. It's just awkward_Vegas. It's right. It's right
Oh, wrong button. There you go.
down there.
Yeah. But that's not where your Twitch is, sir.
Oh, that's my TikTok right
And
now.
your Instagram.
And my
and-
oh, you didn't put my Twitch on there?
And your Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the
no,
same-
because I have a
it's the
link for your
same as-
Twitch.
It's the same as all of those down.
All right,
Just
let
awkward
chat
underscore
yell
Vegas.
at you. Go on,
Yeah,
chat,
they're
yell at
gonna
Vegas.
me. I
They-
could not think
I
of
want
that
you to
name.
take a wild guess on how many you got.
Oh,
Or so let's start with this. Did you beat
6.
Melmy?
No.
Melmy got 5. Did you beat Melmy?
No.
You got 7.
Oh, I got 7.
let's go
Heck
through
yeah.
'em. Harlem Globetrotters play basketball.
Yes.
Highest grossing holiday movie of all time is Home Alone.
Oh, it is Home Alone.
What does the term
Freaking
GPU
Kevin.
stand for? It is graphics processing unit. Freshco,
Okay.
we're gonna get to that one. That is a new answer. Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear? It is Van Gogh.
Yes.
How many balls are on a pool table at the start of a game? You forgot the cue ball. It's 16.
16. I was off. Dang it.
Which animal
Good call.
breathes out of its butt? It's a turtle.
I was close.
No, you weren't. What is the perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling? 300.
Yeah, buddy.
What is James Bond preferred drink of choice? Martini.
Shaken, not stirred.
Doesn't get you an extra point. If
It
you were
should.
born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign? It's a Capricorn.
Dang it. I knew. Okay, so
Homie,
what's it
it's-
called?
By the
Sagittarius
way-
stops at 23rd, right?
21st.
21st. I knew I barely made the cut for Sag. So that's why I was like, it has to be like 23rd or something.
So you have 5. Neville Longbottom appears in Harry Potter.
Yes, sir.
First element on the periodic table is hydrogen.
Okay. I
Homie,
don't know.
aluminum's in like the deadbeat middle.
Bro, I didn't pay attention
Aluminum
to chemistry.
is mid. Like the Midwest.
I just went alphabetical. Shut up.
Aaron would be first then. That's A-A-R-O-N. A-A-Ron.
I didn't know that was
Or
the
Aaron, or
thing.
something like that. I don't know. First
I don't
iPhone
know who
was-
Aaron is. You done messed up, AA Ron.
First iPhone was released 2007.
Oh, I was close.
You were pretty close.
I was
Adam Cole was a
close.
part of another faction with Roderick Strong called Dojo Bros
Oh, I wouldn't have got that.
with Eddie Edwards.
Oh, wow. I really wouldn't have got that. Yo, shout out Eddie Edwards.
They were around for a bit.
I wouldn't have got that. Like I said, I didn't watch Adam Cole at that time.
Thank you, Nova. Why is Gunzerker so short in Borderlands? Because of his excessive use of steroids. That's literally his lore. That's his story. He is
Okay,
short because
cool.
of his excessive use of steroids.
Cool.
I
Dude,
thought a
there's-
Borderlands question like that would have been
Bro,
easy
there's
for you.
so much lore. I said I like the game.
And?
There's so much lore that I'm playing Elden Ring right now.
Uh-huh.
And you know how much lore I remember from Elden Ring? The fact that the game is called Elden Ring and the horse is called Torrent.
There you go. I didn't even know the horse was called Torrent.
Boom,
Where can people
there you
go to find your Twitch? You almost got it wrong, but you got 7. There you go.
Yeah, you know, that happened. Hey, I
There
got
you go.
7
You
though.
got 7. So we're gonna put you down
go.
here.
Dang, Lonnie said, what's your reason for being short, Trolleyzz?
I mean, I'm 6 foot. Lonnie's built like a
Steroids.
Oompa Loompa.
Steroids.
There we go. Awkward Vegas, 7 out of 16. I wonder how long it's going to take somebody to get a perfect on this, because I think we are about tied with how many people have done season 1 to 2.
Wow, man. I mean, I got 7.
You got 7. That's not
I'm
bad.
not mad at it.
It's better than your 2 out of 10 guess.
That is very true. That is very, very
there
true.
you go. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this podcast, episode 2 of the Troll Talk podcast. Vegas, you've been an amazing guest. If there is anything that you would like to say to your community or mine, stuff you have coming up in the future, stuff that they can look out for, the Door cosplay, and anything else you want us to know, the floor is yours.
I don't know. I mean, I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My stream knows I don't like to promote myself. I'm kind of weird like that. Okay. I got a mixtape dropping. I got a mixtape coming out here pretty soon. Nerdy AF. Keep on the lookout for that. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube. Get on that Twitter world thing, social media, Twitch, Instagram. If you like wrestling and awkward stuff and video games and like I play stuff and things and yeah, come hang out. Come kick it. We're chill. We're pretty chill. I like to keep it pretty chill in there. Occasionally, every once in a while, I get pretty hype.
Yeah, when you get your first kill in Warzone solos.
Listen, bro, hey, that first kill in Warzone solos, it's like the shell off your back.
Yeah,
you're just like, especially
it takes you an hour and a half to get it.
You know, it's been fun, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much, Trolleyzz, for having me. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off here. I'm just gonna grab myself some food, and I'll see you next time.
Wow, Vegas, it's been an honor, dude.
I appreciate you, brother.
Finally, we got this set up after 6 months.
It took a little bit.
It did take a little bit.
Mainly my terrible ability to respond.
Yep. I had to get Vegas's actual number to get him to reply, and even then it took forever.
1,000%. That's 1,000%.
But I can't wait to see everything that you're going to be doing here in the near future.
Let's go.
But I'm going to let you go because I got to run, and I'm already late to part 2 of this stream. I will talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Later.
Appreciate you, man. Peace.
Mwah.
No.